if there is a bit of...
Step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning Expresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Good morning, you beauty. So good to be back in your company. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope you had a fantastic start to the week yesterday. If not, don't worry. It's only getting better. How are you, my friend?
Goodness. The week has just started for you, Gray, but let me tell you on the best of notes, because in case you missed it yesterday, we were celebrating the wins that we are right here on your award-winning Feel Good Breakfast show. But we are not only winners. Mr. Graham over here is a winner! Graham, I get emotional just thinking about this. You are so deserving of this award. I mean, if it were up to me, I would have given you like 20 of these awards every single year that you've shown up and really just brought the excellence that you do. You are so deserving of this and so much more. Please read it. It says, Best Male TV Personality.
But I can now tell myself I'm best. I'm better than you, man.
You
I am
are
the best.
best.
I'm the best. Oh, this is absolutely wonderful. What an honor. Thank you so much. I love the fact that it's obviously a public vote is always great. But I think anyone who's ever been on the show really understands the truth of the situation here. It doesn't matter who's standing in front. We're all pretty much the same person behind the scenes. It's one crew, one award. We might differ in height, but everything else is exactly the same, pretty much. No, this really is a collective effort. I only represent this amazing team. So thank you so much. This is awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I've been telling him that he needs to now wear an award-winning outfit. So you're going to help him, Zanzi, to choose something that matches the winner that he is.
But it's got to be the best outfit.
It's got to be the best
I
outfit.
love you.
For the best male personality. Like Grace said, thank you so much for voting for him and for choosing him to rise on top. So incredibly deserving. But right now, you got to help him choose an outfit that matches the status that he currently is at being the best male TV personality that South Africa has ever seen. Great. What are your options that you're working with today?
First of all, stop. No, carry on, but no, stop. No, just stop. Absolutely love it. It is summer. We're all feeling the heat at the moment, so we want to dress it down while we are dressing it up, and we've got some beautiful button-up options. The shorts are out, the legs are out. It is summer. Every day is a leg day. So we've got two quite contrasting color kind of motifs here, if you will. I'm loving this beautiful kind of mix of colors. Obviously, the linear lines, beautiful. A beautiful cotton and linen mix here, which is absolutely gorgeous. I like the styling. Absolutely beautiful with the sneakers. Long socks, no socks, the choice is yours. I'm liking it, quite classy. Let's ramp it up just a little bit with the color. Beautiful white button up as well. Loving those shorts. They're giving me summer vibes, holiday vibes, obviously. We love the sandals to match. Two very similar but completely different looks for summer, which I love. And each individual piece you can build around as well. So two brilliant bets. I don't think we can actually go wrong, but you ultimately have to make the choice. So what are you thinking? Option one or option two? I'd be completely happy in both. I'm loving the summer look. It is beautiful to embrace the new season, so help me do it by choosing on our social media platforms, and then we'll show your choice in just a moment.
So many wonderful options for you to help Gray choose him, Zanzi. What is it going to be? You heard him say he likes the classic summer look, but it really is up to you at the end of the day. For right now, though, we got to take it to those social media streets to ask you a very important question that I have a feeling many of you might be in this context and in this situation. So here's the question. How do you and your ex manage to co-parent after a divorce? It is something that we know is happening right now, especially considering the head boy and head girl of South Africa. And we want want you to let us know via voice note on 0634088863 or hit us up on our social pages. You can find us on Facebook as well as Instagram at Expresso Show and weigh in on that question. How do you and your ex manage to co-parent after separating ways? It's going to be a really interesting question as we unpack all of that on the show on this Tuesday morning on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. For now, though, let's delve into your national and international news. And we get started right here in the country where over 1,200 trucks have been allowed through the reopened Lebombo border post between South Africa and Mozambique after it was closed due to violent protests in Maputo over election results. Now, the Southern African Development Community has called for an extraordinary summit on the crisis in Mozambique, set to begin on 16 October in Harare. Meanwhile, Free State Police arrested a man attempting to incite truck drivers to block the N3 at Harry Smith and are monitoring main routes after strike threats from the Truck Drivers Forum. Now, sticking to news in the country, a person died in Bachubelo near Bloemfontein after being struck by lightning during severe storms, while 2 boys drowned in Tabong, Valcom, at a water-filled excavation site for a sewer network project. Several houses were damaged, including 26 in Tabong and 54 in Boshoff, with Bothaville also affected. Now, the Red Cross has deployed volunteers to assess storm damage across the province. In Mpumalanga, Piet Retief was hit by a devastating storm, causing nearly 60 million rand in damage, including the destruction of 3 electrical substations, which led to power outages. And let's take a look at your international news making headlines, where Botswana's new president, Duma Boko, announced yesterday that Vice President Ndaba Gwalete will also serve as finance minister in his cabinet. This follows his surprise victory of Boko's Umbrella for Democratic Change coalition, which ousted the long-ruling party in the recent elections. Now, Gwalete's key priority will be boosting economic growth, which the International Monetary Fund forecasts will show to 1% this year due to reduced diamond production. Boko also appointed an opposition lawmaker as Deputy Health Minister and an independent lawmaker as Deputy Agriculture Minister. Meanwhile, in an effort to combat severe air pollution, Pakistan's Punjab province has banned most outdoor activities and ordered earlier shop closures. Educational institutions and public spaces, including parks, have already been shut in Lahore, the world's most polluted city. Districts in the province have reported a rise in respiratory diseases, eyes, throat issues, as well as conjunctivitis, a condition triggered by infections, dust, smoke, and chemicals in the air. The government aims to reduce the health risks associated with the toxic air. And to close off your first bit of news for this morning, we bring it back home, where again, South Africa's flying that flag so high. South Africa's singing star Tyler shone brightly at the MTV Europe Music Awards on Sunday, standing alongside pop icon Taylor Swift. Now, while Swift took home 4 awards, including Best Artist and Best Video, Tyler made her mark with 3 major wins: Best Afrobeats, Best R&B. My eye on Tyler and just seeing her acceptance speech and just filled with so emotion made me just as emotional. So congratulations, Tyler. Keep on shining. That's where we leave your 6 o'clock news. Let's get into some sports with Graham.
Thank you so much for that, Car. I think all of us buzzing over Tyler's incredible path at the moment. Well done, girl. Now, I hate to start the sporting report with a bit of spice, but let's get right into it. Premier League referee David Coote has been suspended after a video has surfaced on social media in which he allegedly made derogatory comments about former Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp. So in the actual clip, Coote reportedly called Klopp arrogant and used offensive language after that, though it's unclear when the video was actually recorded. Coote, who officiated Liverpool's 2-0 win over Aston Villa on Saturday, has now been sidelined pending a full investigation by the Professional Game Match Officials Limited, or PGMOL, which stated it would refrain from further comment until the investigation concludes. But I think you'll certainly watch that space. Now, many watching this space in particular, we stay with football, and Man United's new chapter has begun officially as Ruben Amorim arrived to tackle the challenge of restoring the club's former glory. No mean feat. Portuguese coach left Sporting Lisbon on a high, undoubtedly securing a 4-2 comeback victory over Braga, marking 11 wins in 11 league games. Now, United need some of that magic. They were recently lifted by 3 wins in 4 matches. And that's under their interim manager, Ruud van Nistelrooy, still struggling, though, in 13th place with only 4 wins from their 11 games. So Amorim, a 39-year-old ex-Portugal international, becomes United's 6th permanent manager since Alex Ferguson's legendary 27-year reign ended in 2013. Now, lots to get excited about in the cricketing front as the CSA has revealed the Proteas women's squads for the upcoming T20 internationals and ODI series against England. That's from the 24th of November up until the 11th of next month across 6 cities. Thankfully, that's great news. So the 14-player T20 squad sees all-rounders Elise Marie Marks and Nonomiso Shangase. Also, Faye Tunnicliffe, one of our favourites, returning for the first time since 2021. And the 15-player ODI squad aims to boost South Africa's ICC Women's Championship points, with fast bowler Ayanda Klubi and left-hander Laura Goodall also rejoining the team. What a squad. So the Proteas woman currently sits 4th in the standings, just 5 points behind England, vying for an automatic World Cup spot. So you can see how much it means. Now, we have been given fireworks in our season-ending tennis. So let's move to the gents now. And Casper Ruud began his ATP Finals campaign with a commanding 6-1, 7-5 win over Carlos Alcaraz in Turin. So Ruud took the first set decisively and then fought back from 5-2 down in that second, capitalizing on Alcaraz's 34 unforced errors. This marks Ruud's first win over Alcaraz in 5 encounters. With an early lead in the John Newcombe group, Ruud now stands well positioned for a semi-final spot ahead of his next match. That, of course, up against Andrei Rublev this coming Wednesday. That's tomorrow. Elsewhere, Alcaraz faces potential elimination if he loses to Alexander Zverev, who's also having a phenomenal year. So, again, watch that space. But that's where we leave our sporting headlines for now. Brand new day, brand new weather. Let's bring in a brand new face.
Oh my goodness, I'm taking over from an award winner, everyone. It's so incredible. But look, let's get into the weather. Sanbonani Betuna. It is always so good to be with you, coming to you live from the Johannesburg studio. A African Weather Service has issued a warning for severe thunderstorms and heavy rainfall across several provinces today. A yellow level 4 warning is in effect for parts of KZN, Mpumalanga and Limpopo, where intense storms, disruptive rain, strong winds and hail could lead to road flooding and property damage. Additionally, a yellow level 2 warning has been issued for Northwest and Free State, where severe thunderstorms and heavy rain may cause flooding, with large amounts of small hail expected. Gauteng is also bracing for heavy downpours. For a detailed forecast, though, please visit the South African Weather Service website. It does look like it's going to be a rainy one all around South Africa, so do make sure that you carry that jacket as well as an umbrella. However, we will make sure that right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show, it's only raining down with smiles and happiness and energy, okay? And one of the ways we do that is by showing you how the sunrise views look from around the country. So even if it's raining on your side, here's a little bit of sun that is coming through from Rashmi from Sea Point. My love, Rashmi, you have done the things that need to be done. I feel good just looking at this. It doesn't even look like a normal sunrise. It is like a little bit of a lightning bolt sunrise, if you will. That's how I see it, at least. But it looks absolutely stunning. And you got to come through, Mzansi. 063-408-8863. What does your sunrise view look like this morning? Right about now, let's have a real look at what your temperatures look like so you know exactly what to do in terms of dressing.
at
Not
that.
only are you the unofficial mayor of Uppington, but also
Exactly.
he's an award winner.
Well, listen, I want to say thank you to Uppington because when something goes to the public vote, okay, it requires a very special kind of fan, okay, and I think only Uppington can deliver in these instances. To be quite honest, you know, we don't look for validation in these sorts of things.
Yeah.
You know, you can't because there's always someone with 1 million followers who's going to
Right.
beat you. That's
Yeah.
as simple as that. But when you look at the production schedule that we've had, our crews and what everyone's been working on and the number of shows everyone's working on over the last few weeks, like there's been about 3 hours of sleep a night. Everyone is finished. So when you get this kind of validation on the back of that, on how hard everyone's been working, but can I be quite honest? I think I've surfed a bit of a wave here because this year has been about the most awesome performance from this team. If you think of what you've done this year, what Zanele has done this year, there is some magic in the water here, and I think I've just been surfing that wave. So I've
can
got to say
gladly ride the
congratulations.
wave.
To say congratulations to everyone because there is absolutely only one collaborative effort here. There is no individual in this show. So absolutely love it. Thank you so much. Yay.
He's so humble. He's so humble. But we love to see it, and that's exactly why he was awarded the winning
very
trophy
cool,
at the end there. Would you call this a trophy?
Yeah, does it have an official name before I make a gaffe on air? I love it. Zanele, I'm going to say we've got an award, girl, because I think the focus was on me because the focus is on us because the focus is on you this year. So I'm going to say congratulations for the collective award because we all
Right,
won an
we
award.
did.
And thank you for being a part of such an amazing team, man.
Oh, Graham, do you see why you are our leader? Why you are someone who is such an authoritative voice in broadcasting and someone who literally is one of the blueprints in the entire industry.
Yep.
This is why you won that award, and this is why I'm so glad that you are getting your flowers and you're allowed to just see just how much South Africa appreciates you because you're so
man.
incredible at what you do. I mean, I feel like so many of us can say thank you to the likes of you for what it is that we do. So congratulations, my friend, and thank you for always being literally that light, because in everything that you do, you already just allow us to be so great just by being yourself. But on top of it, you're always just encouraging us, telling us we're doing a good job, you know, helping us along. So thank you so much for that, Graham, and I'm so happy for you, friend. Congratulations. You're
Oh
so
man,
deserving.
I love you. Can you believe we get to wake up and do this every day as an actual job?
It's crazy.
And you do work, okay? Trust me, you do work,
It is
okay?
hard
I know
work,
we make
okay?
it look like the opposite, but we really do work. So thank you so much to everyone who puts in so much effort. It's next level effort in the studio from everyone behind the camera upstairs. Absolutely love you guys. Thank you so much, man.
Oh, man, such a pleasure.
We love you, Graham.
We love you so much, Gray. I tell him all the time it's such an honor to work alongside him. And also, when people come into studio, they say, this is a well-oiled machine. I'm like,
for
yeah,
sure.
it really is. Everything just functions so perfectly. But listen, it is an award-winning Feel Good Breakfast show with an award-winning host. And we still have award-winning work coming your way. And of course, we've just got the show started. There's still so much more that we have up our swaggy sleeves.
We're going to take a momentary break, then you can help me decide my outfit, and we'll start delving into a stellar Tuesday morning. We'll see you now.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as we take a medical turn right now, and probably one of the most important conversations that the world needs to be having right now. So it bodes well that we are just ahead of World Diabetes Day. That's on the 14th of November, and we're going to dive into what you really need to know about diabetes. We hear the word said so much. There are so many misnomers and so many hard-hitting facts that we need to take account of. Now, with nearly 540 million adults living with it worldwide. Just take that on board. It is more important, part of the human condition. It's more important than ever to understand how lifestyle choices can help manage or even prevent the condition. Let's be preventative. And this morning we are joined by Dr. Chanel Martinison, a medical doctor from Inno Health Medical Centers, alongside dietitian Carla Lawrence, who are here to break down the basics from spotting symptoms to some practical tips that we can employ right now on diet and self-care, because we've got to care about ourselves. I want to say this is the result of the consumer culture, and we get what we deserve. And I say that to myself more than anyone else, because it is a choice ultimately, and take nothing away from those that are suffering from severe cases. And please, I am not a medical expert, but I have just lived in this space for very long. So Doc, I'm going to start with you. Type 1, type 2, and gestational diabetes, the three terms that we hear most often. Can you break that down for us?
Okay, so firstly, what is diabetes? In our bodies, we've got a little organ right over here that's called the pancreas, okay? So when the pancreas releases insulin, that's the problem that happens with diabetes, is that the insulin release is actually the problem. So when we take in glucose, when we take in our Gatsby, and we take in rice and pasta.
And we don't stop taking
Yeah, we take it in and in and in. There's glucose that breaks down, and the insulin actually needs to be released to take away the glucose out of the bloodstream. So with type 1, it's usually an autoimmune condition, and it's usually in younger patients. And that's when the insulin is not enough, when your pancreas actually does not have enough insulin. That's when you need to inject the insulin to take it in.
Hence the pen.
Type 2 is usually like, you know, the more metabolic lifestyle ones, that the choices that you spoke of. Sometimes it is genetic, but if it's in the family history, then it can be there, but it usually is when the pancreas doesn't produce enough or good enough insulin to use, and then we need to take in medication to help the pancreas release insulin. Yeah. And then gestational diabetes is related to pregnancy. So it's hyperglycemia or high sugar levels in pregnancy, and that can cause some complications for the baby and the mom. So it's usually just in the pregnancy. And unfortunately, if you have diabetes, gestational diabetes, you are at risk of getting diabetes later on in your life.
Yeah, I mean, we actually went through, myself and my gorgeous wife went through a similar sort of gateway. It's just another thing to spice up the pregnancy, just another thing to terrify you as you go through that. Obviously, there is a correlation between diet, and that's where a lot of the choices come in. But I say that with absolutely no judgment, because there is sugar in everything. We are living within a society that has made it very difficult to make those choices. So let's put that on the table starting out. But when we look at the diet, what are the heavy hitters? What should we be avoiding, and what kind of leads us down the dark path?
Okay, so we're always looking at what we have to avoid, but we don't always look at what we should include.
Thank you.
So I think looking at it more from that perspective is important. So including things like fiber, your lean meats, healthy fats. So those are all the things that people always say.
Don't be so shy when you say healthy fats. Just say healthy fats in the world, okay? We might actually need them.
Yeah, they are healthy fats. So we need fats, we need carbohydrates, we need protein. They all provide energy for the body, so they're all needed in the body. It's just the amount, it's the type that we take in that's important.
Can I say processed is bad as a jumping off point, or is that maybe a little 10-year outdated? When we look at the good things to take in, is there a jumping off point?
So if you think about processed and what processed foods are, like so many foods are processed. Bread is processed, it's made. So it depends on what you're looking at. So you have to look what's in the product. So the content of the product. So a lot of clients normally ask me about reading labels, and I would say to them, read the ingredients list more than the label. So what is in there? What are the hidden things in there that's not good for you, that's actually going to cause those sugar spikes?
And that's how you force the culture to shift, because we do put pressure on those providing the nutrition when we make those sort of choices. Warning signs. What should we be aware of that we have now crossed the line and we are in murky waters?
So we usually call it increased thirst. So if patients feel like they're excessively thirsty all the time, not just when it's a hot day, it's like literally you need water.
Quench it,
So it's increased thirst, increased urination. So if you go into the bathroom a lot, increased like you needing to eat also, like we call it polyphagia. You also need to eat a lot. Weakness, feelings of weakness, blurry vision, headaches. Unintentional weight loss is not always a good thing.
Okay,
it could be a sign.
Unexplained.
Like you're not actually gymming or exercising, but you're losing so much weight. It would be a good time to speak to your doctor because 1 in 10 people are actually affected by diabetes worldwide.
Sure.
So if you notice any of these things, or even if you're just over 40, speak to your doctor and do a blood test.
I was about to say, until you got to the dropping weight without any reason, I was like, well, that's basically being 40, I think, is what you've just ticked every box there.
So just speak to your doctor if you can do some blood tests and we can actually just check.
Okay, and then just Ozempic. Okay, I just need to say it. Okay, get it out there. We might touch on that in just a moment. We are talking about diabetes ahead of World Diabetes Day. When you've got nearly 500 million or more than 500 million people suffering from a condition worldwide, that does become a little bit part of the human condition. But we want to get practical, so our panel is going nowhere. If you've got any questions or comments, please hit us up on the social media platforms. We'd love to hear from you.
I love it when we get to have conversations. And one of my favorite conversations on a Tuesday is all about these incredible humans who are leading the healthcare fight in South Africa, and one that they are winning because, my friend, it is all about how our pharmacists look after us on Tuesday, where we get to celebrate Pharmacist of the Week, or Pharmacy of the Week, forgive me. And I definitely know because of Ingram OTC, or rather the Adcock Ingram OTC family, sponsors of Brave, were able to do so on the highest level. And on top of all of that, we get to go all around the country giving all of the amazing pharmacists all of the love that they deserve. So this week, let's check out these amazing humans in Mitchell's Plain.
Our pharmacies are on the front line of healthcare. This is Pharmacy of the Week.
Helping someone that is in need of some assistance from a medical point of view, that's where my passion lies. And then I also feel like in the area that we're in, there's a very big need for not only affordable healthcare, but also good healthcare. So that's why we are here. I hope that when they come into the store, they feel that they can ask anything that they'd like and that they feel comfortable with any problem that they would have. And then also that the staff is friendly to them, and then they walk out with a warm heart, knowing that they were served very well and that they got good medication. In the area, there's not very good healthcare at an affordable price. You'd either go to a private sector and you'd pay a lot of money, and a lot of patients won't be able to afford that. And then on the other side, they'd go to state facilities where they get neglected really badly sometimes. So then at the pharmacy, we like to kind of just be a middle point between those two. So something in between where they can still afford what they need to buy, but then they're also buying a good product that will make them feel better. And then obviously that makes them come back the next time, and their family members, so that at the end of the day, we're a proper family community pharmacy.
Pharmacy of the Week, proudly brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave.
Carenza Parisi, proudly brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave.
Oh man, do you see why we love this so much? I told you, our superhumans that are leading the fight for great healthcare in this country, making sure that we indeed are looked after, and we absolutely love it. A huge shout out to the Adcock Ingram OTC family, of course, sponsors of Brave. And this is why I love every single Tuesday, because it is always about our unsung heroes, right? And thank you so much to each and every one of them. Right about now, I need you to get ready for the rest of the show, because it's all about feeling good, darling. How are we doing that? Well, I am hearing that we're going to be hearing about the exercise that helps with blood sugar levels and kind of regulating it a little bit. And then we're also going to be getting into a yummy diabetic-friendly recipe that is all about the lemon and herb crispy potatoes with grilled hake. I want it now. It just sounds so delicious. Do not go anywhere. Everything that's still coming your way is super delicious right here on Expresso. We're going to take a short break.
With 5 times greater plaque reduction than brushing and flossing alone. For a cleaner mouth and healthy gums. Completes the clean with Listerine.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as we continue a very interesting conversation that is kind of pertinent for all of us, unfortunately, because it expresses culture and how we live around diabetes in particular, and awareness ahead of the World Diabetes Day, which is coming up fast. We've got Dr. Chanel Martinison here and dietitian Carla Lawrence ready to save the world. And this time we'll be diving into the impact of exercise, common diabetes myths, and some of the latest advancements in diabetics and diabetes care, because things are moving very, very quickly. Our mindset is moving very, very quickly. We are understanding that to be healthy is to move. And because that's what we are. We are bodies, we are computers that must get information in to produce a result. What role does movement play when it comes to diabetes specifically?
It's absolutely important. I'm a big advocate for physical exercise and movement. So it helps with so many things with regards to diabetes. It helps with insulin resistance. So in type 2 diabetes, a lot of the patients they don't receive the glucose very well. Their cells don't receive insulin very well, sorry. So it's very important to exercise because that helps with insulin in the body. And then it also lowers blood sugar levels. So when we exercise, we're expending energy and our muscles are taking in the glucose. So that decreases the blood
you would need possibly the energy in your system. But to take all that energy in and not use it, your body's got to do something with it, and often that's where the system breaks down.
Yeah, so it's using the energy that you're taking in as well. So too often we're taking too much energy and we don't use the energy. So that's basically the problem. So we need to use the energy, and that's where exercise comes in. So
I had 3 kids' parties this weekend. And you sit with the sugar
the balance
equation, you know. Okay, another lap, go, another lap. Let's talk about complications, because it can escalate, and it can escalate quite quickly and become very severe, even death, I understand. So talk me to, or speak to that specifically.
Yeah, okay. So diabetes is not just about the sugar in your body. It actually affects so many more things systemically. So from the top, it's the eyes. It can affect the oral health, so you can get increased infections. It has cardiovascular disease risks. You can affect your kidneys, and patients don't actually know that. When I tell them we need to check your kidneys, they're like, but I have diabetes. Like, they work together. You need to check that your kidneys are doing well. So it affects your kidneys. It can affect your peripheral neuropathies, or like, sorry, big words, your vasculature, so your nerves. So it can actually, when patients have the pins and needles, or, like pain in their legs, it can actually be a complication of diabetes. And the reason we want to treat diabetes is because we want to reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease, because that's what patients die from.
That's the heavy hitter. And I suppose it's just another reminder that it's kind of an overlapping system, so it touches on so many different parts of our overall health and well-being. So many Dr. Googles out there maybe leading us down the wrong path. What are some of the biggest misconceptions in your space when it comes to diabetes?
There's a lot of misconceptions. So
it's quite a sigh. Sure, let it out. Let your baggage out. It's okay,
yeah, that's often where we start in a consultation, because people come in with misconceptions. So
when already diagnosed themselves,
when you've been diagnosed with diabetes, people think it's like the end. I'm going to die. My legs are going to get cut off. I'm going to lose fingers, that type of thing. So it does happen, but that is a misconception, because that can be managed. So you don't have to have those things happen to you. You can live a good life. You can live a healthy life in managing your diabetes. So that's a big misconception. And then also carbohydrates is always the biggest misconception, because people think they need to cut out carbs, they can't eat carbohydrates, they can't eat sugar, they can't have fruit. So that's normally one of the biggest things that I have to bust from the beginning. So that's one of the biggest misconceptions.
Just put it in its place, and I think that's the thing. Every food has its place. Let's keep the hectic processed sugars for the parties, for the celebrations, and those moments. But the baseline, again, to use that term, the structure of your diet needs to have that healthy core. And you can do that. So where are we at? We've seen massive advancements in the medical space over the last couple of years. And I think AI is driving a lot of that, because we can process so much more data now. What's got you most excited? What are some of the big things happening in the scientific or the medical space, at least?
So you mentioned the word Ozempic. Just preparing for this, I actually did a webinar with an endocrinologist to actually learn and see. And since 2008, we've actually there were more studies done to actually include the cardiovascular disease risk, to include the older patients. And there is actually, in certain conditions, a place for those glucagon-like peptide inhibitors, and then there is the sodium glucose, the SGL, it's big words, but there are places, and people know it as Ozempic, Saxenda, Victoza. They know it as those things in the market. But those actually have really been helping patients, especially with like known cardiovascular, because that's what we've touched on now. The cardiovascular risk is important, and that is the biggest driver of deaths and the mortality in our country. But definitely it has a place in it. So we're not against it. There's a place. Sometimes type 1 diabetics need the insulin because they need insulin because they don't have insulin. But in type 2, there is a place for those newer kids on the block.
To help the body along. And we are learning a lot, but the bottom line is speak to a professional before you do anything in this space.
Yes.
We ultimately only have one body, and I think we spend the first 20, 30 years abusing it. Then the penny drops and we make these conscious decisions. I think if you're intentional about how you're eating, the structure of your diet, maybe look into a little bit of intermittent fasting, something along those lines. There are ways that you can mitigate what we are talking about, but ultimately, if you've picked up on any of the more serious symptoms that we've spoken about, speak to your doctor. Guys, thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Speaking about conscious decisions and really putting intention into what you're eating, especially if you're at risk of diabetes or currently are dealing with it, we're about to whip up something really delicious and diabetic-friendly just for you. It's packed with so much flavor. It is a crispy lemon and a herb potato meal with also grilled hake on the side. It is easy, it is wholesome, and a recipe that should be a crowd pleaser and something so easy you could whip up in your house on a Tuesday afternoon or evening. A couple of ingredients to get us through. In a bit, I'm going to be calling our award winner in to just help me make some award-winning food as well, because that's what we deserve, okay? Yes, it's a Tuesday, but we can feel like a winner every single day, great?
What are we making? What side do you need me on?
All sides.
You deploy me. You deploy me, girl.
You stay over there.
Okay.
And I'll start with the potatoes. Okay.
Thank you.
So you can use regular potatoes or sweet potatoes.
Yes.
They're really great with potassium in them. And I heard some things on social media, and I know we must be very weary of that, but I did some research, and I think there is some truth behind something called resistant starch, which kind of helps reduce the spike in glucose, right? So you can cook potatoes, put it in the fridge to cool down, and then reheat to eat it, and the starch content is a little bit different.
And I love it, and it kind of balances out the other things that you're eating. Look, I don't know the scientific kind of information behind it. However, in the training space, it's one of the earliest introductions. If I think of one of the first healthy foods that was recommended to me by the guys that are shredding and cutting, the guys that have the leanest physiques, sweet potato was there. And that always used to surprise me because I thought it was the potato. It's a carbohydrate with a high sugar content. What are you talking about, man?
It's sweet. What are you saying?
Our bodies love it. It's one of those that our bodies absolutely love, and it brings out all the right kind of reactions, which I'm here for, and it tastes lacquer.
It tastes good.
It
I personally like fried sweet potatoes.
I love it. No, but it's
don't
healthy
quote
for
me
your
on
kids.
that one.
And of course, then for the first 3 years, my kids just wouldn't eat them. They're like, no, I'm not eating an orange French fry. But I'm like, so I ended up eating most of them. And I'm getting back into the best shape of my life, just saying. So I don't know. No, there is something about the flavor profile, and it is. It's like you can still have a fry.
Yes, you can. Because, I mean, the nutrient still goes in your body. It still is there, even if it's prepared differently. Okay, so I've added, we've lost the potato.
Just got to sacrifice one to the kitchen gods, otherwise the meal will be unsuccessful. It's just the way it has to work.
No. So we've got garlic powder. We also have some herbs. So I don't know if you do this, but rosemary and thyme actually have antioxidants in them. So it all just kind of adds to it. I mean, some olive oil has monosaturated fat. At every corner, we're just adding in so much goodness and so much health.
And there's a little part of my body saying, I'm sure this is anti-inflammatory on some level.
100%.
It feels like it, but as soon as you introduce the olive oil, you're on the right track. Am I putting these on our tray?
Please do, because that goes in the oven or the air fryer, whichever you prefer.
Oh, yeah, no, bang it in the air fryer.
Exactly.
Get extra crisp.
And then we're going to do a little bit of olive oil. Okay, that was a lot. On our hake, because hake's a great form of protein. Some there.
It's a lovely fish, and I'm sorry, I'm going to sound like an absolute idiot saying this, but it's not so fishy. It's just one of those fishes that I struggle to eat very strong flavored fish. So I'll tend towards like a salmon, which is about 3,455 Rand a gram, I think, at the moment. It's just ridiculously expensive, but it's because of that flavor profile. Hake, for me, perfect balance, and it's one of the most cost-effective fishes out there, and it's a beautiful, clean, pure protein. It's one of the best that we got, man.
We also just all grew up up eating hake in South Africa,
Exactly.
especially Cape Town. I mean, we're a coastal city, and this is where it goes. And it takes so quick. It's about 3 minutes per side because it's quite a thin fillet as well. We'll do skin side down first.
See, this is always my worry with fish is that I'm going to overcook it, especially with like a small little piece like that. You
100%.
just don't want to dry it out.
Yeah,
But,
dried fish is the worst.
And if you think about it, I suppose you could eat it almost raw if you wanted to, so you don't have to worry about the cooking it through, kind of rendering the fats, those sorts of things. For me, I love a crispy fish skin. Like, you feel like you're on a cooking reality show and you can crisp up the fish skin and then put it back on the fish at the end.
Let's cross fingers that will happen here.
But I think fish is a lot more forgiving than we think, and we're often intimidated by it because you kind of think only a chef can do fish
100%.
justice. But just
add a little bit more.
have a little bit of fun. For all of our English viewers, for my mother-in-law who's headed this way, it's like cod, okay? I'm trying to convince her to have fish and chips in South Africa, and she's like, no, it's not, because it's not cod. And I'm like, but it's our cod, it's our version of. If there is a fisherman out there, you
Please
can correct
confirm.
me or you can reinforce what I'm saying. But for me, it's the ultimate for fish and chips.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's also
nothing
quite like
better.
flaky, but not in a bad
Bad
way.
way.
In a good way. You can take chunks and just eat it with some vinegar. Oh my gosh, hake is so underrated. Okay, we're gonna let that cook for about 2 minutes per
I
side.
love it.
And then it's done. That's a meal.
Beautiful.
So we've served it with some tzatziki. You could add some dill as well, which also adds extra flavor. Some lemon, because when you're using herbs and lemon and freshness, you're actually reducing things like sugar and salt, right? So then that makes it even more diabetic.
And one of our chefs gave me a brilliant piece of advice. There are no calories in spices and herbs. Okay, maybe like a minuscule amount,
Yeah.
but so when you are going the healthy route, make it as flavorful as you can.
Exactly.
Because you satiate, I think, sensory-wise. Once you've gotten that like overload of flavor, your body actually accepts that that is a good, well-rounded meal. You don't have to just have volume the whole time. I love that. I'm speaking to myself here as much as anyone else.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm lecturing myself
If I
this
can
morning.
try to
I
turn it.
absolutely love that. You've gone all in with our fish with such confidence.
I
And
think
you're
I
gonna
can flip it.
I know, you're going to get the reality show crispy skin. I love it. The bottom line is we can make choices with what we eat every day that can, first of all, reduce the risk of diabetes, but if you have it, mitigate the knock-on effect. And once again, we reiterate, if you have any questions, speak to your doctor. If you want to try this recipe at home, well, you don't have to go far. You can go to expressoshow.com. That's where we keep all of our culinary inspiration. Please try this one for yourself. It looks absolutely exquisite. Zan, we are out of the gates, girl. We have learned so much. My little brain is already overflowing. What's coming up next?
Oh my goodness, you know what, Graham? The brain mustn't overflow because there's more educational things on the way. We're going to be learning, Expresso family, all about how we can unlock great sleep. I know that I need it. I need that chat, okay? I'm sure you do too, especially with end of year fatigue. So come on, we're going to do it together, all right? And then we're also going to be jumping on into yet a lovely thing that I am obsessed with. It is dressing our Ken doll this morning. I'm talking about Graham. It is your last chance to vote for his look this morning. So go over to social media, #Expresso Show, #Style by Woolies, and let us know, is it option 1 or option 2? We're about to find out right after this short break.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your award-winning feel-good breakfast show. It is, of course, Expresso right here on S3. And we got to talk about sleep. Oh, what a concept. I miss it so much. It truly is such a hidden superpower that impacts everything from creativity to memory. I don't know if you knew that. And today we're going to explore how the right sleep environment, including your mattress, plays a huge role in unlocking that power. And joining us to unpack this is Executive Head of Marketing at Restonic Beds. His name is Dale Harley. And we really need to get into this because, Dale, sleep. Can I buy it somewhere? Please tell me this. Be honest with me. Is this something I can purchase?
It is. I can help you out.
You can? I think that you've got the plug, right? Okay, so let's get into the power of sleep. Like I mentioned earlier, creativity and memory is also linked to sleep, right? So why is it so critical to our health to get good sleep, the right sleep, and the right amount of sleep?
Sleep is a topic very close to my heart. At Restonic, we're on a huge movement to drive the power of sleep. We want everyone to understand the importance of a good night's sleep.
Right.
And it's so instrumental to live a happy, healthy life. So sleep, if you think about it, directly impacts the way you look, the way you feel, the way you act. It's so important for your physical health. It's important for the repair, the recovery, the growth of your body and your cells. It's important for your mental health. It impacts, it reduces your stress levels and impacts your mood. If you don't get enough sleep, you often wake up a little bit moody. It's also important for your cognitive function, so improves your memory and your focus. And really important for your functioning of your immune system.
Sure.
So, in summary, it's your superpower. We want everyone to realize how important sleep is. You mustn't underestimate the power of sleep.
Absolutely. And don't underestimate the power of a nap too. I love myself a nap. You know, as kids, we always fought it, but as an adult, anytime I'm feeling a bit cranky, I'm like, do you need a nap? I think I might need a nap. But let's talk about the sleep environment. I mean, a mattress is absolutely vital to really just get the good rest that you need. Not only is it just serving as a place to sleep, but it serves a bigger function of being able to get good sleep. So can we talk about the environment of sleep and mattresses in particular?
It's so important to find a mattress that is right for you.
Right.
So a bed is a personal purchase. You need to find the right comfort level and the right support for your body and your sleeping position. A mattress that gives your spinal alignment the right support. So, for example, side sleepers often require a softer mattress, allowing your hips and your shoulders to sink slightly into the mattress, keeping your spinal alignment straight. And whereas stomach sleepers often require a slightly firmer mattress where you don't sink too deeply into the mattress, keeping your spinal alignment straight. So it's important to lie on a few beds when you go shopping for a bed. Lie in the position that you would sleep in your bed and find that ultimate balance between comfort and support. Also take materials into consideration. Mattresses come in a wide variety of different materials. If you like a mattress that you sink into the mattress and it conforms to the shape of your body, then a memory foam is a good option in the comfort layer. If you require something that's got a little bit more bounce back or a little bit more responsive, then a latex foam is better.
Sure.
And if cooling is something that impacts your sleep, then there's lots of cooling features in the iDream range. We've got things like black ice technology, active air, cooling in the fabric called Ferron Ice. So there's lots of things to consider, and consider your budget. Don't invest in the best you can afford.
Right.
You spend a quarter of your life sleeping, and make sure that you invest in the best possible sleeping surface you can afford.
Yeah, I mean, Dale, I would agree with that. And also, I'm hearing not all beds are created equal. I mean, mattresses really differ from person to person. So if I'm looking to go in, I have to consider all these factors, right? I mean, where do I even begin? Do I talk to a consultant, or do I just kind of like take a shot in the dark, kind of rest on the bed? Because it's an investment. I'm keeping that bed for a couple of years.
Yes. You need to go with a trusted brand, so do your research, go online. You can go to different bedding websites. We've got a lot of information on that will help your mattress shopping journey a lot smoother, on our Restonic website and Restonic iDream website, where you could read up about the different beds, about the technology in the beds, and we've got a bed for every sleeper out there.
I love that. And in all ages as well?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. Because, I mean, we got to start young, prepare our kids, and then eventually become pro sleepers as soon as we get a little bit older. I love that technology is also supporting something that is absolutely vital. Like you said, we spend a quarter of our lives sleeping, so we've got to make the best of it. Thank you so much, Dale. I appreciate that. And listen, I've got some really great news for you, Mzansi, because it is clear that quality sleep is essential for our well-being, okay? It affects everything from our mood to even our physical health. And the iDream range brings next-level comfort. Not only that, it brings great support and innovation at its finest to every single night's sleep that we have. And that's not all, because they're bringing so much more. Let's have a look at this and see.
Dreaming of the perfect night's sleep? One lucky viewer stands to win a queen-size Hybrido Dream base set and memory foam pillow worth 18,000 Rand from Restonic. Simply reply to the competition post on Expresso's Facebook, X or IG pages and tell us, if you could give your bedroom a makeover for the best sleep experience, which iDream mattress would you pick? iDream Whisper, iDream Zonal Comfort, Hybrido Dream or iDream Zonal Plush, and why? Remember the hashtag Power of Sleep. Competition closes 26 November. T's and C's apply.
How incredible. Because we're award winners, we're feeling generous along with Restonic, and we want to give you something absolutely incredible. So do make sure to head to our socials to enter, or you can go ahead and visit www.idreamsbeds.com to make sure that you make an informed decision when it comes to your power of sleep. It is absolutely vital, and we want you to function at your highest. Hey, Zanele, don't you think that we miss sleep, but when we do sleep, it's got to be good sleep?
100% my baby, your son. Oh, my Carissa, listen, when we talk about sleep, Kesana, there are many conversations, just like the one we just had, that we need to have. But I love that we have people who help us out like this, right? However, we've got you to help us out when we talk about dressing our Ken doll, Graham, the handsome king. And this morning we asked you, is it option 1 or is it option 2? And of course, it was between a classic summer duo or a breezy structured fit from none other than Woolies. And I am so excited to see what you picked. Let's get into some of these beautiful comments that you left for us on social media. Gwyneth Jansen said, morning, option 1, Graham, please show those legs. Winna, Gwyneth. We got Roma Govenden who says, good morning, Expresso team. I'm going to go for option 1, a classic summery heading for the festive mood for our award winner. Love y'all stacks, guys. Thanks for the amazing show. Thank you, my lovely. We're nothing without you. And yes, our award winner is going to look lovely this morning thanks to you. Bloom says, morning, G-Man. Definitely option 1, nice summer look, and you will feel the summer vibe. Hashtag Start by Woolies, hashtag Expresso Show. Arlene Stevens says, good morning, team. Option 1, definitely for a more summer look. I love this. Everyone going for option 1. It is won by a landslide. So let's jump into it. Graham, my beautiful, amazing award winner, please can you reveal yourself to the country? Let's see.
Ta-da. I want to say, I wish I was better looking, I'm sorry. But no, this is absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much. We normally have a rile to wear these clothes, but I will have to do today now. I feel very special. Absolutely love the striped look. Love the summer vibes, but I've got to say the texture of this linen blend is absolutely exquisite. Yes. I think stripes are clearly in this summer, but this kind of vibe, this look, and I think I'm liking the shorter shorts as well. It's summer. Every day is leg day. You've got to put them out there. But absolutely loving the vibe. Well done. Good morning to everyone who wished us good morning through that conversation. And thank you. You guys have made a beautiful choice. Well done. Very cool.
Oh, Graham, well done to you, my lovely, for looking so gorgeous in those clothes. You know what I mean? But it's never too difficult when you're #styled by Woolies, so I totally get it. You look amazing, and I love it. You
Love
look
you
like
guys.
an award winner, Graham. That's what you look like. Yes. Amazing Expresso family. We love it when you come through and you help us dress our Ken doll, none other than Graham. And of course, you know it is all thanks to the amazing Woolies family, because indeed they are all about making sure that us, me and you, all of us as a family, we look amazing as we head on into summer. And a huge reminder is the fact that these are crafted with more responsibly sourced cotton and soft linen blend, perfect for the ultimate summer vibes. And the great thing is they're available online, on the Woolies app, as well as nationwide at any Woolies store that you can find. And you know there's always one right around the corner. So my friend, go and help yourself to some lovely presents for someone, some lovely linen vibes for yourself even, all in the name of getting ready for summer. And of course, you know that this is all in the name of being styled by Woolies.
Optimize your gut health with Phytoceutics range of pre, pro, and postbiotics. Use code EXPRESSO for 15% off at phytoceutics.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, giving you all the daily doses of Feel Good right here on this Tuesday morning. Right now, it's just gone 7 o'clock. Let's head into your national news, where the Minister of Electricity, Josienso Ramagopa, and Johannesburg Mayor, Dada Morero, have appointed a mediator to resolve the dispute over the city's debt to Eskom. A meeting with the Metro Council, City Power, Eskom, and the Minister led to the decision to involve an independent party, with feedback expected within 14 days. Meanwhile, the Johannesburg Metro Council admitted that repairs to Lillian Ngoyi Street, damaged by a methane gas explosion in July last year, are delayed. Only 22% of the work is complete, with 19 million rand already spent. Also in South Africa, over 1,200 trucks have been allowed through the reopened Lebombo border post between South Africa and Mozambique after it was closed due to violent protests in Maputo over election results. Now, the Southern African Development Community has called for an extraordinary summit on the crisis in Mozambique, set to begin on 16 November in Harare. Meanwhile, Free State Police arrested a man attempting to incite truck drivers to block the N3 at Harrismith and are monitoring main routes after strike threats from Truck Drivers Forum. Taking a look at your international news now, where France and the UK have pledged continued support for Ukraine to counter Russia's, quote, war of aggression. French President Emmanuel Macron and UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer announced. A statement from the Elysee Palace formed the leaders' commitment to supporting Ukraine. During an Armistice Day ceremony at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier in Paris, the two leaders also discussed Russia's invasion and tackling illegal channel migration. The meeting comes amid growing questions about U.S. President-elect Donald Trump's stance on ending the war in, quote, one day. Meanwhile, Botswana's new president, Duma Boko, announced yesterday that Vice President Ndaba Gwalate will also serve the finance minister in his cabinet. This follows the surprise victory of Boko's Umbrella for Democratic Change coalition, which ousted the long-ruling party in the recent elections. Gwalate's key priority will be boosting economic growth, which the International Monetary Fund forecasts will slow to 1% this year due to reduced diamond production. Boko also appointed an opposition lawmaker as Deputy Health Minister and an independent lawmaker as Deputy Agriculture Minister. Now for your 7 o'clock news, we finish up with this one. Bo, an 18-month-old bloodhound with the Gastonian Police Department in North Carolina, U.S., has sniffed his way to fame by winning the 2024 Hero Dog Awards. This lovable, droopy-faced hero has a nose for miracles, rescuing missing children and seniors and offering each a comforting snuggle and his signature sloppy kisses. Bo and his partner, Sergeant David Rowland, make an unstoppable team. From tracking down an elderly dementia patient and an 11-year-old autistic child to capturing suspects in a tricky robbery case, Bo's skills are absolutely unmatched. Now, his crowning moment came in May when he located a 7-year-old child taken at knife point. Competing against America's bravest pups, Bo's big heart and bravery captured the judges and the nation's admiration alike. Oh, goodness. I always say that we never deserve dogs, but so grateful that they are among us. Good job, Bo. That's where we leave your 7 o'clock news. So now for your sporting updates with Gray.
Oh, thank you so much, my friend. We start with some controversy in the English Premier League as referee David Coote has now been suspended after a video surfaced on social media in which he allegedly made derogatory comments about former Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp. Now, in the clip, Coote reportedly called Klopp, quote, arrogant and then used further offensive language, though it's unclear when the video was actually recorded. So Coote, who officiated Liverpool's 2-0 win over Aston Villa on Saturday, has now been sidelined pending a full investigation by the Professional Game Match Officials Limited, which stated it would refrain from further comments until the investigation is concluded. Now let's stay with the English Premier League news, and a big day for Man United as a new chapter has begun as Ruben Amorim arrived to tackle the challenge of restoring the club's former glory. No mean feat. So the Portuguese coach left Sporting Lisbon on a high, undoubtedly securing a 4-2 comeback victory over Braga, marking 11 wins in 11 league games. And they're going to need him. United lifted recently, of course, by 3 wins in their 4 matches under interim manager Ruud van Nistelrooy, still struggling in 13th place on the log with only 4 wins from their last 11 outings. Amorim, a 39-year-old ex-Portugal international, now becomes United's 6th permanent manager since Alex Ferguson's legendary 27-year reign ended in 2013. Now let's throw it forward as the CSA have revealed the Proteas women's squads for the upcoming Cricket T20 International and ODI series against England. That's from the 24th of this month to the 11th of December across 6 cities. Thank you for spreading them around. The 14-player T20 International squad sees all-rounders Elise Marie Marks and Nondomiso Shangase, plus batter Faye Tunnicliffe, one of our favourites, is back, returning for the first time since 2021. Then the 15-player ODI squad aims to boost South Africa's ICC Women's Championship points, with fast bowler Ayanda Hlubi and left-hander Lara Goodall rejoining the team as well. An incredibly strong squad, and we need it at this point. The Proteas women currently sitting 4th in the standings, just 5 points behind England, vying for that automatic World Cup spot, so it does mean a lot. Well, we are being treated to a finale of note when it comes to tennis, and Casper Ruud began his ATP Finals campaign with a commanding 6-1, 7-5 win over Carlos Alcaraz in Turin. Doesn't happen very often. Ruud took the first set decisively, then showed character, fighting back from 5-2 down in the second, capitalizing on Alcaraz's 34 unforced errors. And this marks Ruud's first win over Alcaraz in 5 encounters. And that early lead in the John Newcombe group. Now Ruud standing well positioned for a semi-final berth ahead of his next match against Andrei Rublev, and that's tomorrow. Meanwhile, Alcaraz himself faces potential elimination if he loses to an form Alexander Zverev. So watch that space very eagerly. But that's where we leave our sport for now. We'll try and touch on those headlines again one more time. The roads should be up and running. Let's get the latest on the traffic front.
There's a lot going on the road, so my friend, please, let's get you through it safely, shall we? Starting off in Gauteng, Pretoria, there's been an accident north of the N1 after Petraport, causing major backlog. Motorists are advised to make use of an alternative route to avoid those expected delays, please. Still in Gauteng, in Benoni, there's been a multi-vehicle accident on the N12 westbound after Tom Jones Road, rather. Multiple lanes are affected and heavy delays are expected. So please approach the affected area with extra caution. In Gauteng, still, Randburg, things seem to be very hectic. There's heavy delays that are expected as a result of back-to-back traffic north of the N1 between Malibongwe and Winnie Mandela Drive. Traffic is slow moving, so please allow for some added travel time and plan your route accordingly. But wherever it is you're heading, please make sure that you do buckle up and you are safe this morning. As you can tell, things are quite hectic on the roads. Right now, though, let's check out what's happening with your weather. The South African Weather Service has issued a warning for severe thunderstorms and heavy rainfall across several provinces today. A yellow level 4 warning is in effect for parts of KZN, Mpumalanga and Limpopo, where intense storms, disruptive rain, strong winds and hail could lead to road flooding and property damage. Additionally, a yellow level 2 warning has been issued for Northwest and Free State, where severe thunderstorms and heavy rain may cause flooding, with large amounts of small hail expected as well. Gauteng is also bracing for heavy downpours. So, my friend, please make sure that you do carry a jacket because it is honestly about to be quite the rainy one in South Africa. But for a detailed forecast, you can visit the South African Weather Service website. Right now, though, I love it when we get to jump on into those beautiful sunrise views. You see this one? Young confused. I don't know if it's a sunrise or a sunset, but we know it's a sunrise because it's in the morning. A very big shout out from Faye from GQ. Faye, you have done the things that needed to be done. This is absolutely stunning. Out on the water, the reflection of the orange and all these gorgeous hues coming together to make this beautiful picturesque image. Thank you so much. And be like Faye. Send us your sunrise view. 063-408-8863 and we'll show the rest of the country. Right about now, let's get into all of those temperatures for today.
Sure, 35 degrees.
That's
in
nice.
Uppington.
I'd like some of that.
Uppington, I love you, man. I love you so much. I love you so much. I want the next winner pertaining to what we're going to talk about to come out of Uppington, please, today. Please, just show us some signs. Why? Because if you play Powerball and Powerball Plus, there is some big money.
Definitely. I was going to say from one winner to another. I'm just going to ride it home the whole day.
The whole week, man, please.
Award winner. Just a reminder. Okay, let's get into it. Powerball Plus is 57 million rand in total estimated jackpots this Tuesday, and you can become the next big winner. So don't miss out. Take our words right now, put them in your mind, and make use of it. Manifest your life. Play Powerball for an estimated 54 million rand, and then you have Powerball Plus for an estimated 3 million rand today.
Just play them both. Do it, buy your tickets and do it now. You can go online to do it right now, nationallottery.co.za. When the shops open, you can go in-store. You can use the mobile app anytime you like. You can use cell phone banking, or you can go old school, dial *120 *7529# for USSD. Just do it, please.
Absolutely. Our award winner told you to do it, so you better get on it real quick. And if you miss any of those details, we've posted all of them on our Expresso social pages. Go find us at Expresso Show. And Panda Pusha, play Powerball and Powerball Plus for 57 million rand in total estimated jackpots today. And you could just hit it lucky. I'm just saying I feel something special in the air today. I don't know what it is. Do you feel that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's coming. Just no more. Just Do it more. Oh, man, we are relishing having you in our company this morning, and such a mixed bag this morning. Now, if you want to stay as young looking as I do, skincare, I couldn't, man. I tried. Skincare is absolutely vital. We spend so much time outdoors in some of the best sun in the world, yes, but that comes with a responsibility. And if you're wanting youthful skin, the right kind of protection is essential.
Yeah, I mean, I heard that SPF 30 isn't even enough. Go 50, go 60 if you can. Not only that, we want to leave you on a sweet note because we're going to get into some tin roof ice cream 2 ways.
Ooh.
And one is really interesting.
Look at it.
Do you
oh,
recognize
no,
that?
you didn't.
Oh,
no, you didn't.
My goodness. I've never heard of it, but I want to
goodness.
taste it, and you too would like to see our experience of it. So stick around right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Sure.
Every day is a sunscreen day. Antelios UV Immune 400, La Roche-Posay.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
I'm going to proclaim it from the mountaintops. Welcome back. Summer has just gotten sweeter. Why? Because Woolworth's iconic tin roof ice cream. If you know, you know. It needs no introduction. It's perfect for hot summer days and warm pudding nights. Well, pretty much any time of the day, even breakfast. And chef and food stylist Kaletso Motao is here to show us how to do it, how we can use this favorite to dish up some summer goodness. You had us.
A tin roof.
Ooh, my
At
friend.
Amaguinia, actually.
You don't understand. Well, there are a couple of jumping off points. The chuckles might have got my attention first. I don't know, but...
I mean, if they were like star children for, you know, South African desserts and sweet stuff, it would be chuckles and tin roof. Tin roof obviously takes the hat, right?
Yes, definitely.
It is. What is it about this? So break it down. What goes into a tin roof ice cream? What makes it kind of stand out, stand alone, if you will?
Okay, I might be biased, but this is actually two. But
Okay.
Woolies ice cream, Woolies foods are just, you know, they are that kid.
It's
You know,
the next
they
level,
are,
yeah.
you know, they are the head boy. You know,
They're
they went
that private
to
school head boy.
went to
who
private
hates
school.
it. Yeah,
so
but they're
so tin roof
awesome.
ice cream made with locally sourced dairy, which makes it super rich and make it super delicious. But over and above that, it's real chocolate cocoa powder that goes into it.
Yeah.
And outside of just it tasting delicious, it's also just a great product because it's UTZ certified. So it's great for the environment. So it's certified that it's sustainably sourced and sustainably...
That whole chain is
The whole chain.
governed.
So it's full
I
circle.
love
So
that.
in your mouth, it's
Yeah, I love
delicious,
it.
it's creamy, it's indulgent.
And also
but
a bit
it's
of
also good for
crunchy
the...
with the almonds, too.
And the almonds as
right?
well.
So he's trying to
So-
make us feel better about having ice cream for breakfast. He's like, you can have it guilt-free almost.
I mean, do I need to convince you?
You really
Do I need to
don't. Also, our cows do it different here in South
Right?
Africa. Let me just say that.
I actually was thinking thinking about that before I went to sleep last night. I was thinking about the cows that Woolies uses at their farms to make the milk. Oh, absolutely amazing.
So today, I mean, we have two ways that we're going to talk about this, but I think there are three ways to enjoy Tin Roof ice cream. So we're going to make a milkshake.
Okay.
With chuckles,
Clever.
extra cream, extra chocolate, bit of gold leaf on top, just make it delicious.
Magical.
And then also an ice cream sandwich using amagwinya.
That's the one I'm interested in.
That's the one you want, right?
Okay, let's start with the milkshake.
Let's start with the milkshake. So super easy. I'm gonna give you that.
I will be your container
Oh,
holder.
it's a
Container
fresh
holder.
tab. Ooh.
Fresh tab.
Oh,
Yummy,
look
yummy.
at it.
The other thing, it's so like creamy, delicious. You know, sometimes you buy ice cream and it's so airy. But this is just packed with goodness, packed with deliciousness.
Like, I know it's not the most sexy word. It's dense.
It is
dense. But when it comes to
Dense
ice cream
but
and
demure.
dessert,
Yeah, exactly. Very cutesy.
People say that about me all the time, man. Yeah, dense but demure.
Exactly.
That's the perfect scoop. Okay, let's see. You must teach me how to do this.
Do you know what? It's in the wrist.
Oh, it's in the wrist.
And this is not even for presentation. This is
going to be blended
just,
up. So
just summer, yeah.
You can pour some charcoal milkshake in there for me. And then what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to add a little bit of chuckles in there as well.
Because you have to.
Don't get
The
away.
fallen soldier.
Don't get away.
Wow, look at that.
And then what you can do for me so
Is
long
eat one, definitely.
You can definitely do that. Or you could chop some up for me.
Okay,
You
All
know,
right, I'm going to nick
I
that.
got
Can I start blending? Does more need to go in?
wait, let's add a little bit of chocolate sauce as well.
Okay, because we can.
Wow.
Why
Because
not?
we have the license to do so. It's a
Yes,
007 thing,
you remember UTZ certified. It's all good, it's all good, it's all great.
So I'm going to make a noise.
Did we make enough? I wonder.
Never. You will never make
wonder.
enough. I think the bottom line is you will unfortunately never make enough and you will have to make more because it is so amazing. I've kept it quite thick.
Stunning. We love it thick.
Whoa, before I start a fire.
Thick, dense, demure.
Thick, dense, demure. What I've done is I've taken some chocolate sauce and I also
How much do you need on the...
keep going,
Can I
man.
keep
Like,
it? Sorry,
why
man.
skimpy, bro?
I don't know how tall you're going to make your...
He's
Wow,
keeping
hey,
it for
turn-
himself. That's what
You
happened.
turned quickly there.
It
How's
did,
that?
it did.
How's that?
Stunning. So what I've done is added some chocolate sauce also just around the glass, just to create like, you know,
Theatre. Yeah, a bit of drama. I like that.
Some whipped cream.
Wow.
Nice.
This is
Juicy
indulgent.
dollop.
Stava whipped cream there as well. You see,
that.
there was method in my madness.
There
but
was.
I love the fact that it's ready for the gram now.
It is.
When you talk
know?
about food theatre, you need something a bit more dramatic, and that looks amazing.
And then just because we can, a little bit of gold leaf.
Look at you, because we're worth it.
Because we worth it.
You,
We deserve
oh,
it.
we do deserve it.
Well
All
chopped
right.
on the chuckles,
Well,
man. That was brilliant.
Round of applause,
Guys,
round of
I've been
applause.
practicing. Either chopping with my teeth or a knife, but either way.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Please,
that,
can we do the amaguina?
okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Thank you.
You've been patient,
man,
you've
that-
worked so hard, you deserve it. So,
Nice.
amagwinya, also you buy it at Woolies. It is simply done. It's easy. It's done for you. Make a quick sandwich out of it. So it's literally take the amagwinya, cut it in half.
Eat one.
Not yet. What's also nice is like, you know, Marvel pudding, when you have like the warm and then the cold as well. Heat up the amagwinya and then it'll be just even more
Because then this is going to melt
into it.
Oh, man.
It's just sensational. I mean, they
Even
say
if you toast it a bit here.
Right?
Oh, my
they
goodness.
say one scoop, but I don't believe in that.
They're
I don't
lying.
believe in
They're
that.
absolutely lying, man. I love that. This is ticking every single kind of box, but I think it's the impact. It's so dramatic.
So
and
dramatic.
It's a showstopper, man.
But it's also, the other thing about it, it's easy.
Yeah.
It's easy and impactful.
That's my
so
kind of dessert.
summer days, you want to be outside, you just want to be chilling,
exactly.
but you want a delicious dessert. So you're putting some extra chopped almonds on there. I'm also going to use the Woolies creamy toffee sauce. Just
Come
to,
on.
You know, send it.
Why?
Also-
Because you can.
Well, also you can. But also
Maybe you
heat this
should.
up a little bit.
But also, award winner deserves a dessert like
Oh, this better be the very best dessert that we've ever had. No, it's shaping up to be exactly that. Absolutely gorgeous, dense, demure, and easy. I'm not even talking about the dessert yet. You can find it at expressoshow.com for more Tin Roof insights. inspiration, visit taste.co.za. I mean, it is your plug-in. It's a living node for culinary brilliance. And if you happen to be a rewards member, you can buy 2-litre tin roof ice creams for only 160 Rand. That'll sort you for summer. Offer is valid up until the 17th of November. It's going to go very fast. I would get there early in the day, actually, if you want to do that. Look at you. Does it have like an official name? And ta-da, ta-da!
That's your one. You
It's
can have that
gorgeous.
one.
It's
we'll
fine.
have this.
It's all right. Ching, 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 ching. Oh, absolutely beautiful. A bit of theatre, food theatre, if you will, but the flavour, absolutely magic. Okay, come to
I'm going to add more chuckles.
It didn't include a straw, so I'm just going all in.
Go in. Let's try.
Oh, my goodness. Get out. I want to dive in.
Oh, man. Listen, I am absolutely loving everything that's happening in Cape Town. There's so much fun, there's so much deliciousness. But right now, I need us to get into the fun side and the important side of summer, okay? Because just like ice cream is synonymous with summer, we also know that sunscreen is synonymous with summer. Because, my friend, let me tell you a young fact. I know things. 90% of aging on skin actually is caused by the sun and not necessarily just normal aging. How crazy is that? And for me, I'm like, oh my goodness, thank goodness for sunscreen, because then where would we be? All of us just spending all the time that we do in the sun. And we're so glad we got a whole lot of people who are able to help us out and always make sure that we indeed have the very best when it comes to sunscreen, which is why this morning we are joined by dermatologist none other than Dr. Taryn Jacobs, who is here to let us know exactly why and how we need to protect ourselves as we go into summer. Let's give her a feel-good welcome, everybody, please. Doc, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm amazing, thank you. So, Taryn, I want us to please jump right into this because, you know, I think we always hear about how we need to protect our skin, right? But, you know, why is it so important that we use sunscreen and, you know, allow ourselves to be protected from the sun?
There are so many benefits, and it's well established that UV is the most preventable risk factor for skin cancer.
Yeah.
But sun safety is also essential to prevent the short-term effects like sunburns. But it's important also for overall skin health, so to prevent premature skin aging, as you rightly mentioned, pigmentation, as well as eye damage.
Sure. And might I say, your skin is looking mighty gorgeous.
Thank you. It's the sunscreen.
I can imagine. I can imagine. But, you know, you mentioned UV, and of course, you know, we know that there's UVA and UVB. So can you talk to us just about the different, you know, things that come with the different rays and why it is that we need to protect ourselves so much?
Sure. So UV, I often say in clinic, B is for burning. So UVB causes sunburn and skin cancer. And UVA penetrates deep into the skin, so that causes accelerated skin aging as well as skin cancer and pigmentation. But UV is not the only thing that we need to consider because the sun also produces visible light. And in recent studies, we've seen that visible light can cause pigmentation in people with medium and darker skin. So we want protection, and SPF basically stands for sun protection factor. And that's a measurement of UVB protection because it protects from sunburn. So a lot of misconceptions about SPF, but basically and theoretically, an SPF of 30 would mean that you can be exposed to 30 times as much sunburn-inducing UVB compared to not wearing a sunscreen. And that's what we want.
That's incredible. What did they do without sunscreen back in the day?
Yeah, so sunscreens were only invented in the 70s.
Do you see?
And we see a lot of patients, elderly patients, who have a lot of sun damage, and that's what we treat in clinic. Skin cancer, sun damage.
Hectic. I'm grateful I was born now. I'm very, very grateful. But I'm also grateful for people like you that make us realize just how much we actually need to protect our skin. So please talk to me about this. You know, when we are choosing a sunscreen, what do we need to kind of consider? What are the things we need to know?
Sure. So choose a sunscreen with an SPF of 50 plus. Plus you want UVA protection. And this is for all skin colors. And where there's a concern of pigmentation, then you also want to look for a tinted sunscreen. Because that is what protects against visible light.
Oh, really?
So to get your SPF that you see labeled on the bottle, you actually need to use enough sunscreen. So you need to use an adequate amount, and most people don't. So as a visual, it's 2 finger lengths for the area of your face and neck, for your arm, for your thigh, so on. And this should be used daily, whether it's for prolonged sun exposure outside or it's for everyday activities. Because it's important to recognize that everyday activities leads to an accumulation of chronic sun exposure.
Yeah, and can I please ask you, because I'm someone who uses sunscreen on my face, but you know, if I'm not like necessarily doing the 2 finger lengths, am I really protected?
Not to the SPF that you see labeled. And that's just because of the way that sunscreen's tested in a lab at a specific thickness.
Yeah.
So in order to achieve that, we need to use enough.
Oh my goodness, okay. I'm reconsidering my life decisions. Okay. But I'm glad you are here to help us do exactly that, Doc, exactly. But now talk to us about this beautiful recent feature that you had in a South African publication all about sun protection. You know, what was going on there?
Oh, that was very exciting. You know, prior to this, there's been no policies or guidelines on sun protection in South Africa.
Yes.
And South Africa receives relatively high levels of UV radiation all year round. And we also have a multi-ethnic population with varying skin colors and sun exposure susceptibilities.
Yeah.
So the primary goal was to produce these practical and clear recommendations to address the needs of our South African population.
Sure.
And this is particularly relating to skin cancer prevention, but also in other conditions like HIV/AIDS, where you may have an increased sun sensitivity, to albinism, where you have an increased risk of skin cancer, and hyperpigmentation and skin of color. And one of the things that we emphasize is that sunscreen is just one component of a sun protection strategy.
Yes.
You also need the protective clothing and wide-brimmed hats and sunglasses and seeking shade.
I love that. And very quickly, Doc, because we don't have a lot of time, what can we do, rather, to make every day a sunscreen day in South Africa?
So I think it starts with education. Education is important, and it really gains impact if we want to, you know, to enforce this.
Yes.
And I think it should start in schools. Schools should adopt these sun protection policies and initiatives, because education needs to start at a very early age if we want to promote lifelong sun behaviors. And then there's media and social media, these public campaigns that play a powerful role in spreading awareness.
Beautiful.
And I think, you know, together all these efforts can really shift our mindset towards seeing sun protection as an everyday habit, much like brushing your teeth or wearing a seatbelt. Make every day a sunscreen day.
I love that. Doc, thank you so much. We appreciate you, because I'm trying to look young forever. So thank you so much.
It's been such a pleasure. Thank
you. My goodness. You heard it from the doctor herself. It's not from me, just my opinion, eh? A doctor said it. Dr. Taryn Jacobs, to be exact. She's telling us all about how we can protect our beautiful skin and allow ourselves to look young for as long as possible. But also, it's all about those health benefits as well, right? That's what the sun protection does. That is what sunscreen does. And this is why we need to use it. And you know the best way to do it, you've seen it right here. It is, of course, our La Roche-Posay and Thelios that is the best sun protection that can come your way in terms of making sure that this summer you indeed are taken care of, my friend. And all in that, I do tell you this much, that you can make sure that you get a hold of it from Clicks as well as Dis-Chem nationwide, because, my friend, every day is indeed a sunscreen day.
Every day is a sunscreen day. And Thelios UV Immune 400, La Roche-Posay.
So we're going to take a quick break, and then the celebrations continue. Now, if you want to see a real trophy, we're going to have to connect with the Western Cape Mountaineers. They came just to show us up in studio. Look at it. It's beautiful. The ladies are here. Yes, they are serial winners. It's getting a little old now, okay? 3rd consecutive national title. They've done it. AJ and the ladies are here to take us through what it has taken to achieve this monumental feat. Then, speaking of monumental feet and bodies, Carissa is going to try her hand at some basketball skills. I will pay to see that in just a moment.
Optimize your gut health with Phytoceutics range of pre, pro, and postbiotics. Use code Expresso for 15% off at phytoceutics.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as we continue the celebrations this morning. We are stepping into a moment of basketball National League history with the Western Cape Mountaineers. They've summited that mountain and they've done it 3 times on the trot. 3 consecutive championships, a journey of fierce determination, of grit and resilience. It's a story of pushing past limits, setting new standards for everybody in the game and rewriting what's possible in this game. Western Cape Mountaineers players Talita Memani, Shanice Goliath and Lorato Ngakane, and of course very proud team manager AJ Robertson. We go way back, joins us in studio to chat about this amazing accomplishment. Oh, congratulations. We've got to take these moments because you're in it. You're in the coalface during the season, so you don't have a lot of time to take a step back and kind of measure success. But what an incredible, unbelievable achievement. How are you feeling right now, Talita? How is this landing for you?
It feels amazing. It feels amazing to win 3 times. And I'm very proud of my team. Yeah, feels good.
MVP? Take it. You are an incredibly humble person. I know that, but this has been a personal journey. What was it burning inside of you that brought this level of performance? What's been your personal motivation this season?
I've been working so hard this year. I've been training, running to all the physical things. For my MVP this year, it has come to my teammates for trusting me and for putting me to do the work, and it's been really good. Yeah.
And it's probably only still sinking in just how good, because there is a lot more focus on basketball in this country, a lot more focus on the women's game now, which is great. Shawnee's 3 on the trot. That's got to have taken a huge amount within the team. The challenges is something that you do get to embrace together as a team. What has been the most challenging part of maintaining the standard that you have? What's been the secret to your success, do you think?
So we've been in this BNL for 4 years now. So losing the first year was hard on all of us. And then the main goal was to come back 2022 and come back with a bang.
And never lose again, basically.
No, we went back home to actually work hard. So yeah, that was the main goal for us, to actually come back and get what we deserved.
Oh, I like that, hey? What's owed to you. And I wish you could see or feel the fire in the eyes when she says that, because clearly this is not even where you could go. You've achieved a new level of success. There is an anchor within this team. As team captain, Loretta, obviously it's a great personal responsibility to take that on board, but you seem to be the kind of player who gets inspired by that rather than kind of held back in that sense. What does it mean to you to be that leader, and how do you feel about the team around you and what you've achieved?
Yeah, so obviously, like she said, we lost the first season and we've always just had that underdog chip. So even when we won 2022 and 2023, when we lost the first game, people already classified us as underdog, and we actually took that personal because we're like, what must we do as a team to show that
we win 5.
We are here to compete.
Yeah.
So it was mentally... So obviously it was a mental challenging journey, and obviously for me to have to step up into a leadership role. Yes, I've been the vice captain before, but I've never physically led the team. So that requires me to obviously now be more mentally sharp. So this season going in for me, I was just mostly taking care of my mental health and making sure that I have the necessary support system. And I can't emphasize the emotional support that a person needs to get through this difficult season, because that's what actually made us excel, because we were there for each other mentally and emotionally, and that allowed us to participate.
Well, a culture like that, it doesn't happen overnight. It needs to be grown, it needs to be fostered by the structures beneath, and of course by a team manager. And I know you hate the limelight. Okay, but AJ, there is some magic in the water here. What has been the key to unlocking this potential? Because this team has clearly found their space now where they can express themselves, but the system is good.
Look, I always try to just at least let them focus, purely on what needs to happen when that ball is thrown up in the air. They mustn't worry about anything. It's just the basketball. I'll handle anything.
I like that.
Besides talking to whoever they like, I'm there for them. And then
as he dealt with significant others. Listen, coach, I got a bit of an issue. You'll do it. You'll do it.
But other than that, it's just to make sure that they're comfortable and they're happy. And then if they're happy and they get their rest and they're sorted, I get my 20-point lead games. I sit and I think we only had three close games. And the rest was I was sitting having fun laughing because we were up 20 points most of our games.
Absolute dominance, but it's the kind of place you earn. It doesn't just happen. You don't just end up there. I know this is on the back of years of training and maintaining this level, so congratulations once again. Just whatever you do, don't call them underdogs, okay? Do not make that mistake again. Now, I'm actually sitting here hoping you lose the first game of next season, so just this happens again, but don't come after me. We might have to have a conversation so you can tell the ladies what I've said. I love the setup of this team, but what they've achieved in terms of their athletic prowess is next level. And of course, Carissa, I now know that you are relishing the opportunity to put some of your basketball shoes on yourself.
Definitely. Go sports. Okay, we're going to get into some goodness right now because Basketball National League champions are in the building. The Western Cape Mountaineers, of course, and they're here to show us how it's done. Now, after 3 consecutive titles, they're ready to demonstrate the skills and the strategy and also the teamwork that have made them the league's top contenders. And we got to get into it today. Our girls are going to join us. I've already got a ball, so I just need to find out what to do with it. I know you bounce it. I mean, girls, please come and join me and show me the way when it comes to basketball skills. Also, congratulations once again. I love that the pink is being represented because, yes, we are the girlies. Where do we begin? What skills can you teach me today?
So we can just start with basic dribbling. The most important thing is when you bounce the ball, you make sure you're using your fingertips. So you can just like bounce and make sure it's not too high. Okay. Yeah, and then you can just go with the other hand, just cross between. Yeah, and then when you feel comfortable, you can just move one leg forward and go between the legs.
Oh my gosh. At the same time?
Yes.
If you can. And if yeah, and then you just go.
I think I'm too short.
Make your legs make your stance a bit wider and make sure when you bounce, like I said, your bounce is not too high. Okay. Because if it's too high, then you're gonna struggle.
Oh. Okay, no, I can do it. I can do it.
So try and do it low bounce and then push it. Yay.
Okay, I got one.
There we go.
How fast are you supposed to bounce this?
You must just make sure you're bouncing it hard. So hard bounces and then in between. So hard bounces, in between.
I'm hearing an applause, yes. Okay, cool. What else is there? That's dribbling.
Dribbling, yeah.
Dribbling. Okay.
And then, what do you want to teach her?
I'm a shooter, so there's no hoop or anything, and it's too low. So like, my shooting stance is just like your right hand, because I'm right-handed. So your right hand is behind, and the left hand is just to guide you. Okay. So you're just gonna bend the knees, and then shoot up.
There we go. It's like up, extend fully.
Oh, I've seen that. Okay.
And then
you shouldn't stop. You should go full out.
There we go. That's perfect.
Lock elbow up, lock elbow.
Lock the elbow up like this. Yep. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah? Okay, okay. Is there anything else? You want to teach me something?
Yeah, this is a bit difficult, but I don't know if you're going to be able to do it. You bounce like this and go.
Ma'am. Wait, do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again.
Did you get
it? Okay. Sorry. Okay. So you go arm to arm.
Yeah.
And then you catch it and turn.
Yes.
Okay, go forward, catch.
There we go.
You're getting there,
Do you jump? You don't jump.
No.
No, you don't jump. Okay, you just do it. And then you turn and shoot.
Yes.
Okay. So the rules with netball, right, is that you can't move and hold the ball at the same time, or at least throw at the same time. Are there any similar rules in basketball? Or do you just keep going, you pass, you keep going, you pass?
Basketball is a contact sport and
Yeah.
netball is a non-contact sport, so
Yeah.
it's way different. It's just that in netball you have to stand still. In basketball you're moving all the time.
All the
Just make sure you bounce the ball while you move, though.
Yep.
Very
Right.
important.
Okay.
If you want to go anywhere, make sure you're dribbling.
Okay.
Yeah, that's basically
I love
it.
to see it. Girls, I think you deserve this. I gotta bring you some drinks because you are champions and you're on an award-winning show. So please enjoy some Crash. I've got some orange fusion for you. I'm gonna hand you some straws as well. Here we go.
Ooh, lovely.
Please do enjoy these. And thank you for taking me through a workout. Last year, I went on a journey of figuring out sports and learning it. And I try to put my toes into the basketball world, just being a fan of like the MJs of the world from back in the day. And this was actually practically putting that to work. So do you think I can maybe join your team next time?
I think you can.
Oh, I got a no from upstairs. My producer director said absolutely not. Okay, just give me one more chance. Put me in, coach, is all I'm saying. Please do enjoy your drinks and thank you so much. And congratulations again. That was incredible. All I'm saying, Mzansi, is that you let me know if I can actually, I mean, if you throw me the ball, I'll catch it. Do you know what I'm saying? That's all you need. Okay, I'm gonna, hey!
You made the
Oh,
team.
brilliant. Thank you so much in the presence of greatness this morning. So congratulations once again to the Western Cape Mountaineers, thoroughly deserving national champions. Well, speaking of award-winning, we got award-winning singing duo JM in studio, and they got new music to be dropping this morning. Zanele is going to connect with them in just a moment. Then seeing as we're having crazy breakfast, let's push the boat out even further and whip up a 5-ingredient cereal with cookies. You try and figure that one out. We will work our way through it, probably, and eat a lot. After this, we'll see you now. Almost this close.
Step into a world where color meets possibility with Plascon's 2025 Hybridity Color Forecast. Spend 500 Rand or more on any Plascon products and stand to win a state-of-the-art Toyota Corolla Cross 1.8 XS Hybrid worth 500,000 Rand. Simply WhatsApp your receipt name and ID to this number. T's and C's apply. Plascon, together we've got this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on S3. And my friend, it is always so good to be with you. Why? Because we are such huge fans of celebrating talent. People who are absolute superstars who make our lives a little bit better. Particularly for me, our artists. They create music that just allows us to feel, but more than anything else, also just go on such experiences. And this morning, we get to have GQ's finest in the building. Yes, I'm talking about two brothers that came together to create what we call JM. And of course, it is none other than Waven and Ruwain Sabia. And today, I am telling you as well that we've got great things to look forward to, but we're also celebrating the fact that they've got a new track out, and it is all about them and just the beautiful way in which they are just rooted in musical heritage. So, my beautiful Expresso family, let's welcome them to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Hi, James. How are you?
All good, and you?
Amazing, thank you. Thank you for making time for us, guys.
Sure. Thank you
Looking
for
so
having
good, matchy, matchy. Okay, I love it. Listen, I do 100% know that today we're going to be celebrating you guys as JM, but as Ruwain and as Waven, you guys are doing such amazing things. And today I'm also super excited because I know that we are going to be celebrating the music that you put together. So let's start here. Where did your love for music actually come from?
So we actually come from a family of music, surrounded by music, and our grandfather was a saxophonist, and yeah, always been surrounded by music.
Yes, and I'm right when I say you're Waven and you're Ruwain. I love this for us. I love this for us. And gents, I need to know as well, in terms of just your sound, you know, it's really different.
Yes.
Where did that come from? You know, what kind of genres did you put together?
I think our sound is influenced by many genres like funk, soul, because we grew up listening to so many styles of music, so we kind of combined it all into one. But if we have to put the name to it, a lot of people would say it's down-tempo music, but it has a lot of influences. So it's like we could make hip-hop, soul, trap, whatever it is, house music. I think it's just these combinations of genres, and we just put it into one.
It's a nice mixed masala, if you will.
Yes,
I love that. And the name JM, where did that come from?
JM, yeah, quite...
Why did you guys look at each other? Now there's a story here.
Always. So growing up, I still do love jazz music.
Yes.
And I always wanted to be like this whole jazz master, maestro. And when we came together, we decided to take the first letter of jazz, which is J.
Okay.
And then the first letter of master, which is M. And we just flipped it around and JM.
JM, oh, look at it. And especially because it actually means something to you guys. I think that's very special.
Sure.
Something else I can imagine means a lot to you is the people who introduced you to music production. Who was that and when did that happen?
It was our late friend Neil in Munich, also known as 47. And he sadly passed away, but he introduced me to music. Now I would go home and show Ruwain music. And everything we do is in honor of him.
Yeah.
In love and memory of him. And yeah.
That's beautiful. And may he continue to rest in peace. Yeah. That's beautiful. And talk to me a little bit, Ruwain, just about, you know, the way in which you guys have learned lessons along the way.
Sure.
Because I think any journey comes with lessons, right? But especially the musical industry, Kesana. Talk to me about some of the biggest lessons.
I think the biggest lessons has to be how you carry yourself in the music industry and like how you speak to people and your humility. And thankfully for us, we got the opportunity to be mentored by Jay Something, which has been like a big life changer for us. We moved here like 6 years ago to Johannesburg. And since then, he's been showing us the ways in the music industry and in life. So we do have that sort of guidance. And I think it's an ongoing thing as you're going through this journey.
Yeah.
You learn, you make mistakes, but it's all lessons, you know, and blessings.
I love that. And as long as we're learning from the lessons, that's where the success comes from, right?
100%.
Speaking of success, your single Falling, featuring UK artist Juvenile Mays, how did that come about?
We were scrolling on TikTok, and then we...
How did I know? I'm sorry, I was literally going to say it was TikTok, I know. Yes.
It was TikTok, and we found out his account, and then checked him out on Spotify, loved his sound, DM'd him, and we were like, okay, now we wait. And then about 2 or 3 days, he replied. We sent him the beat, he sent back his vocals,
Oh,
and
wow.
then put it together, and yeah, the rest is history.
That is beautiful. This is why I like the TikTok generation, because there's so many beautiful things that come about. But another beautiful thing that has come about is your new song that's coming out month end. And of course, it is with Unotanda, or rather Notando Mamba. And it's called You Know Well, or Know You Well, forgive me. Talk to us about that. You know, why is the song so important to you guys?
I think the song is part of a project that we're releasing next year, and it's the second single, and we just thought it would be the perfect opportunity. It's a dance song, it's a summer song, it's a feel-good song, so why not put it out before December starts, and let's just have a good festive to go into, you know?
Nice. Okay, Ministers of Festive, thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming through, guys. And I'm super excited for the lovely performance that you have for us a little bit later on. But I wish you all of the best and well done on everything you're doing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It is JM in the building, honey. And you know how much we love to celebrate young people doing the damn thing. And this is why we had to get them on your Feel Good Breakfast show. The beautiful thing, they're not going anywhere. They're still going to be all about making sure you are entertained this morning. So do stick around. For now, I need to check in on the family there in Cape Teasy, Sheezy. Family, are you feeling these good vibes from Johannesburg, huh?
Hey, listen, someone said that ice cream is not applicable for breakfast, so we're actually going to make a proper breakfast now. Get ready to take your breakfast up a notch. We are making a very fun, and I say that because my kids would absolutely love this process. A 5-ingredient cookie cereal. Yep, we're combining it all. These mini cookies bring all the joy, the nostalgia of cookies and milk to your breakfast bowl. This is a brilliant idea. A delightfully crunchy way to start your morning. And of course, Captain of the Western Cape Mountaineers is Lorato. She is here to help me out. Come on in and show us your BMT, girl, okay? Does it make you nervous to step into a kitchen?
Of course.
Nothing makes you nervous, man. Oh, Captain, my Captain. So we're making the cutest thing. Just look at the end result here.
Okay.
So I've got kids, and getting kids to eat, you've got to get them invested in the process. Okay, so when you can make something from scratch, it is an absolute win. All right, but just prepare for the messiness. You can be as messy as a child. I don't mind. And I think Talita might come in to give you a hand, because every player needs some of her teammates around, hey, just to look after you. But what's going in here? Really, really simple. So we're going to make little mini peanut butter cookies, if you will, ticking all of the right kind of boxes. There is some great nutritional value. Yes, it is a sweet treat, so we'll accept it and we'll put it in its place. So we've got our flour, we've got our maple syrup, we've got peanut butter, we've got oats, and then we have got our chocolate full cream milk from Clover. Talita, like I was forced to invite you in here. It was like a second you saw the biscuits, it was like, okay, I'm coming. I'm here for this. Are you a sweet tooth?
Yes.
Okay, well, this is going to tick every box. Okay, so you can approach this as a team. You can work together. You can throw flour in the air. No, you can act like kids right now if you want to. So we're going to start combining. It's as simple as that. So we've got the flour. You can now add our maple syrup, the peanut butter, and the oats, and then just one of these, a quarter cup of milk. Go for it.
Talita, where do you want to go? Pagalia, let's go. 1, 2, 3, gooi.
I like it. Look at the captain. Just all of it, man. Just go all in. Just do it. You're doing it like it's slow motion for the gram. It's nice. Beautiful, guys. Absolutely beautiful.
And I peanut butter.
Does anyone in the team have any like funny dietary quirks? Like, does anyone get hangry on the team?
Oh, we have a lot of those. We have a little one, Tyra. I think she would be the hangry one in the team. She likes her food.
And it often happens like on set, you'll just see someone handing out food just to calm people down. But what does your diet actually look like? Because you must burn thousands of calories every day. You must have to keep fueling, or is that a misnomer? How do you guys fuel your bodies?
People think basketball players don't eat a lot. It's a lie. We eat so much. But it's not the healthy things you would think.
Really?
Yeah, it's mostly junk
That's
food.
great.
Like
I
this
think
would be
that's
perfect. One.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. You can drink that.
Okay, see fuck.
No.
Okay, are we Talita?
Mix it in. You might.
Talita, where's your muscles, girl?
Yeah, you
Okay,
can add
let
a
me
little bit
hold.
at some point. You might even have to get your hands dirty. Okay,
Oh.
so I think add a little bit more. Maybe your intuition was on. We want quite a nice stiff kind of paste, if you will, because we're going to roll it into tiny little balls, and you can see the little biscuits that we're going to be forming after that. It's great teamwork, absolutely beautiful. Now, what you'll see, that gorgeous liquid pouring in there right now, Clover's chocolate milk is next level. It delivers a rich, smooth taste with real cocoa, enhancing the creamy texture of any breakfast or snack. You're going to actually make it a thing to start having your cereal with this milk every day. But of course, the added vitamin D and source of calcium not only makes this the flavorful milk creamy and delicious, but also nutritious as well. Ideal for starting the day with all the essential vitamins and the right kind of flavor profile. I think that looks good. Hey?
Okay.
Using all of your vast experience in the kitchen, what do you think? Do you think we're ready? I think so.
I think it's perfect.
Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to get our hands a little bit dirty. It's a good exfoliator for the hands as well. We're going to take just a little bit, okay, about so much, and roll it into a little ball. Go for it. And then you're going to do this over and over and over and over and repeat. Okay, there we go. There we go. And I think the best job of all, Shanice, is going to be our official taste tester. And then what I'm going to do, why are you saying, ooh? why did this suddenly become spicy? Okay. And then we're going to make them into the right kind of shape just by pressing down with our little fork. Shanice. My friend, I don't know why everyone's laughing because you have to. Can I just do a shout out to Heideveld High right now? Because there is talent in that school unlike any other. Well done for representing, girl. All right, so you've got a whole bowl of cereal to enjoy. All for you, girl, all for you.
A whole bowl of cereal?
A whole bowl, and you're going to eat it all right now, and we're going to time you. So you say, no, I'm joking. Have a little taste of that, okay? Have you ever eaten a cookie as a cereal for breakfast before?
No.
If you had said yes, I would have been dead in the water. Thank you for saying no. So please have a little taste. Okay, met langtana. Now, we don't take TV bites on the show. We never do. And what are you thinking? She's going to give me an honest answer now, which is making me nervous. Okay?
It's actually nice, though.
It's actually nice. What do you mean by that?
It's nice.
I'm joking. Absolutely beautiful. I love the way that this comes together.
I think that's a lot.
Hey, it is. But we've got to fill a whole bowl. And then how many children do I have? I've got 2 kids. So we're going to make twice as much. Okay? Absolutely love it. It's a fun way to engage the kids, get everyone involved, and have a little bit of fun. But the outcome is absolutely delicious. I'm regretting giving you my bowl of cereal now. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Do you know what I'm going to call this? Officially, the breakfast of champions, because you are
Getting
champions. Ladies, congratulations once again. I can see how the teamwork has gotten you to where you are, but you are amazing. What you have achieved is incredible. We'll continue in the kitchen and beyond after this. We'll see you now. That looks, not one is the same size.
What's new from Clover? New flavored full cream milk. All the creamy goodness you'd expect from Clover milk with calcium and vitamin D. Available in delicious chocolate and strawberry flavors. Try it. Your family will love it. Clover, made with love.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're well into 2 hours of the show, one more on the way, and we still are dishing out the best in great morning TV. Now we get started with your news nationally and internationally for the top of the hour. At national news, the Minister of Basic Education, Siviwe Gwarube, has emphasized the need to prioritize early childhood development and integrate it into basic education to enhance the quality of learning from the foundation phase. Speaking at a breakfast with business leaders, she noted that while much focus is placed on matric results, the crucial foundation phase, which plays a key role in addressing inequality, is often overlooked. Gwarube stressed that while children are eager to learn, challenges such as poor infrastructure, overcrowded classrooms, and malnutrition are impeding their progress. Sticking to news in the country, the Minister of Electricity, Josienso Ramagopa, and Johannesburg Mayor Dada Morero have appointed a mediator to resolve the dispute over the city's debt to Eskom. A meeting with the Metro Council, City Power, Eskom and the Minister led to the decision to involve an independent party, with feedback expected within 14 days. Meanwhile, the Johannesburg Metro Council admitted that repairs to Lillian Guye Street, damaged by a methane gas explosion in July last year, are delayed. Only 22% of the work is complete, with 19 million rand already spent. Let's take a look further afield at your international news making headlines, where Mauritius Prime Minister Pravin Jugnauth had conceded defeat in the weekend's parliamentary elections. Now, Jugnauth's political alliance was beaten by the Alliance du Changement, led by 77-year-old Navin Ramgoolam. Ramgoolam, son of the island's nation's first independence leader, has served as Prime Minister multiple times, including from 1995 to 2000 and again in 2005 and 2010. 66 parties and 5 alliances contested the elections with a voter turnout of nearly 80%. Now, the winning party or coalition secures the Prime Minister's post by securing more than half of the 62 parliamentary seats. Meanwhile, France and the UK have pledged continued support for Ukraine to counter Russia's, quote, war of aggression, French President Emmanuel Macron and UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer announced. Now, a statement from the Elias Palace confirmed the leaders' commitment to supporting Ukraine. During an Armistice Day ceremony at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier in Paris, the two leaders also discussed Russia's invasion and tackling illegal channel migration. Now, the meeting comes amid growing questions about U.S. President-elect Donald Trump's stance on ending the war in, quote, one day. Now, we close off your last bit of news for this Tuesday morning with some South African news, where South Africa's rising star Tyler shone so brightly at the MTV Europe Music Awards on Sunday, standing alongside pop icon Taylor Swift. While Swift took home 4 awards, including Best Artist, Best Video, Tyler made her mark, and this is just the beginning of a journey, so much left for her to still grab onto and achieve as she continues her way up. That's where we leave your news for today. Let's delve into that last bit of sports with Graham.
Thank you so much, Carissa. Let's start with our Premier League news and a bit of spice. Premier League referee David Coote has been suspended after a video surfaced on social media in which he allegedly made derogatory comments about former Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp. So in the clip, Coote reportedly called Klopp, quote, arrogant, and then used offensive language beyond that, though it's unclear when the video was actually recorded. And Coote, who officiated Liverpool's 2-0 win over Aston Villa on Saturday, has been sidelined pending a full investigation by the Professional Game Match Officials Limited, which stated it would refrain from further comment until the investigation concludes. Now we stay with the English footballing news as we begin a new era. Manchester United's new chapter officially began as Ruben Amorim arrived to tackle the challenge of restoring the club's former glory. The Portuguese coach left Sporting Lisbon on a high, undoubtedly securing a 4-2 comeback victory over Braga, marking 11 wins in 11 league games. United lifted recently by 3 wins in 4 matches under their interim manager Ruud van Nistelrooy, still struggling though in 13th place on the log with only 4 wins from their last 11 outings. Amorim, a 39-year-old ex-Portugal international, now becomes United's 6th permanent manager since Alex Ferguson's legendary 27-year reign ended in 2013. Now let's turn to cricket, and the CSA have revealed the Proteas women's squads for the upcoming T20 and ODI series against England. That kicks off on the 24th of this month, running up until the 11th of December, and will be featured across 6 cities, which is great news. So the 14-player T20 squad sees all-rounders Alice Marie Marks and Nonobiso Shangase, plus batter Faye Tunnicliffe returning for the first time since 2021. And the 15-player ODI squad aims to boost South Africa's ICC Women's Championships points. Of course, with fast bowler Ayanda Klubi and left-hander Laura Goodall rejoining the team. Why is it so important? Well, the Proteas women currently sitting 4th in the standings, just 5 points behind England, vying for that automatic World Cup spot. Now, we're being treated to quite the finale in tennis this year, and Casper Ruud began his ATP Finals campaign with a commanding 6-1, 7-5 win over Carlos Alcaraz in Turin. Ruud took the first set decisively and then fought back from 5-2 down in the second, capitalizing on Alcaraz's 34 unforced errors. This marks Ruud's first win over Alcaraz in 5 encounters, so quite a moment. So with the early lead in the John Newcombe group, Ruud now stands well positioned for a semi-final spot ahead of his next match against Andrei Rublev tomorrow. Meanwhile, Alcaraz, he faces potential elimination if he loses to Alexander Zverev. So watch that space. But that's where we leave our sport for now. Let's get another update on the roads.
Let's get you where you're going safely right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Starting off in the mother city, Somerset West. Congestion along the N2 outbound at Victoria is causing delays. So motorists are using this route and are advised to maintain a safe following distance, please. In Cape Town still, Kales River, delays are expected as a result of an accident on the R300 southbound at Hindle Road. The right lanes are affected, so add some extra travel time, please. And also make sure that you buckle up and arrive alive. Right about now, let's take a look what's happening in your weather. The South African Weather Service has issued a warning for severe thunderstorms and heavy rainfall across several provinces today. A yellow level 4 warning is in effect for parts of KZN, Mpumalanga and Limpopo, where intense storms, disruptive rain, strong winds and hail could lead to a road flooding as well as property damage. Additionally, a yellow level 2 warning has been issued for Northwest and Free State, where severe thunderstorms and heavy rain may cause flooding with large amounts of small hail expected. Gauteng is also bracing for heavy downpours. So, my friend, please make sure that you do carry that jacket, you carry that umbrella, and you keep safe in and amongst all of these thunderstorms that could be happening throughout the day. But for a detailed forecast, please visit the South African Weather Service website. We always ask you to come and be a part of making the rest of the country smile with your sunrise view, and you do such an incredible country duty, my friend. I love your work, particularly someone who is from my hometown, East London. Willie has done the things that needed to be done. That bridge, I've never seen it like that in my life. Willie, you superstar. Thank you so much for this. I think it absolutely looks stunning. And you know we always love to see what it is you're waking up to on your side of life. Right about now, let's make sure that you know how to dress today, all in the name of finding out what is going down with your temperatures.
All right, I'm going to proclaim it right now. I'm going to urge you with the strongest will that I have. Please play Powerball Plus today, because there is 57 million rand in total estimated jackpots waiting for you this Tuesday. You could become the next big winner, so please don't miss out. Powerball sitting at an estimated 54 million rand, and then Powerball Plus weighing in with 3 million rand as well today.
Some small change that you could be getting in your pockets right now. How do you do it, I hear you asking? Well, you buy your tickets now in store. The stores are officially open, I would say. On National Lottery, that's the website, nationallottery.co.za. There's the mobile app, there's cell phone banking, or you could simply just dial *120 *7529# for all USSD.
And we've kept all of those details up on the Expresso social media pages, so you can go check them out at your leisure. And then Panda, Push Up, Play, Powerball and Powerball Plus for 57 million rand in total estimated jackpots today. Good luck.
Good luck. My goodness. Listen, I want to wish good luck to parents that are dealing with something really interesting, and that is co-parenting. When you separate ways after having been together and having had children for quite some time, you definitely need to know how to navigate that space once you go your separate ways. And we brought in the big guns today. Daniela Mayer definitely is going to help us guide us through this. She is a divorce mediator, so she's the best one to do so.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting discussion, and we can take in some music to temper the storm just a little bit. JM are going to be bringing us a performance and some new music. Stick around.
Yeah.
There are stories of creators, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. ABSA.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
And just like that, you are back on your Feel Good Breakfast show. We consider this a Health Tuesday, where we're taking care of the mental and the physical, and want to make sure that whatever season in your life you are in right now, you have a hand to hold to get through it. Now, if divorce is a part of that life, it is a changing event that really takes you from one phase of your life to another. We definitely want to help you out if you are that couple right now, not just as a couple, but also as an entire family. And we've brought in the big guns to do exactly that.
Daniela Mayer is a family therapist. She is a divorce mediator. So she lives in the space, and she's a parenting coordinator. And today she's going to be taking us through some of her best ways to manage co-parenting, to navigate the new family dynamics and prioritize children's well-being during this critical phase, so it doesn't have to get ugly, because it can get very ugly, as I see you nodding your head. Very warm welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me today.
I know you kind of do this every day, but you must kind of have to take a deep breath every time you enter into this situation. You've made the decision to get divorced, and generally that comes with its own baggage, massive amount, and often it's about the couple, not necessarily about the children, but they are there.
They are there.
So when we have come to this very final decision, or at least we are both committed to now moving to the next phase, how does that look? How does the process kind of continue?
So I want to just be very clear before I even start that I separate situations to abusive situations and to just regular divorce.
Okay.
So everything I'm about to say now is it's not applicable for the abusive situations, and that's imperative.
Okay.
Because we obviously don't want people to be in a situation or having to give access to parents who are not fit to raise the kids.
For
so
sure.
Please,
Just take
understand
that off the
that
table
that
straight away. Okay, I love that, yeah.
So you're getting divorced. Divorce is one of the most stressful situations there is that you are going to go through in your entire life. It is up there with divorce, these tough jobs. You get a lot of tough jobs that people have to
It's
do.
the highest rating of stress that you
It's
can get.
one of the
pretty much,
highest.
yeah.
I mean, it's also the same as when you do a house renovation. Like, there's just constant stress. There is never a moment where you can just relax.
Tap off.
Life, as you know, it is changing. So what do we do? I think that what I'm so excited to be here for is to tell South Africa that divorce is okay. So many people, there is such a huge stigma against divorce.
And judgment that comes with it,
and
yeah.
there is so much grief involved. There's so much stress and anxiety, as you said. Guys, it is okay. There is a reason why there's an over 50% divorce rate worldwide. That means that 50% of marriages are failing, and we need to understand why. But what my message is really is that people don't realize that they've got options, because everybody who's going through a divorce, it's obviously, well, mainly the first time they've ever had to deal with something like this.
Yeah.
Where do you go? What do you
Completely
do?
new territory,
And the only time we actually see divorce, if you are not actively involved with somebody who's been through it before, is in the movies, you know? So what do? People think, I'm getting divorced, I need the best divorce lawyer.
Yeah, let's legal up. Let's legal up.
Let's get a divorce lawyer, because then I will win. Guys, this is not about winning or losing. We're both already losers in this situation. So let's see what our options are. And what I want to just say is that you don't need to lawyer up. You don't need to go the legal route. You can remain in control of the entire process and situation by putting the ego aside for a moment and saying, you know what, let's rather contact a divorce mediator where we can try and amicably understand and discuss the way forward.
And stay on the same team.
Stay on the same team,
Ooh, that's
especially if you have
tough.
kids.
Yeah.
So what the slogan is mediate before you litigate. Always, always the first prize.
I love that.
Well, you are a divorce mediator.
am.
I'm so curious as to what exactly that is, and what is that process that you walk through with the couple that are separating ways?
So divorce mediation, I mean, mediation is really a discussion. As a divorce mediator, I've got obviously a code of ethics that I'm bound to, but one of the most important things, and I say this so that people who are going through the process know what to look out for. So a divorce mediator is supposed to be a neutral, unbiased third party who's there to really guide the conversation and steer it to the right direction. We have either legal mediators or psychologically based mediators. It's important to understand that a mediator is not supposed to be giving legal or psychological advice in the situation. So while I, as a psychological mediator, may be able to understand family dynamics, child development, all of that, a legal mediator might be able to understand more of the law and the assets and the maintenance. We are not meant to advise on that basis. What my job is to say, guys, at one point you loved each other. You know, are you good parents to your children? Okay, well, let's keep that in the forefront and the focus, and let's have a discussion where both of you can actually, and the kids most importantly, can leave here as winners. And you
have a
both
voice,
agree,
yeah.
you all have a voice. Instead of going to court, where now all of a sudden social workers are involved who make the decisions for you, keep the control. We can do this. It's not that difficult.
I love that. In your experience, and coming from the angle that you do very clearly, you would see firsthand the knock-on effect, and that obviously is our first priority, is the children, is the family around that divorced couple. What sort of effect does a divorce generally have on that little ecosystem?
So it is absolutely disastrous, because not only are you going through the struggle, I mean, unfortunately, everybody's had a bad breakup in their life. We know how that feels. Now what we're doing is we're saying, hey, here's that bad breakup again, but guess what? You have to talk to your ex now every single day of your life, you know? How does that make us as adults feel? Now imagine the children, you know? I mean, this conversation should be 5 hours. I wish it was 5 hours. But condensed, our children are now put in a position subconsciously and sometimes very actively by their parents to say, well, who do you actually identify as, mom or dad? Who do you prefer, mom or dad? It just tilts children completely off their axis, and it's our responsibility as their parents to be able to maintain a feeling of teamwork, of support, of love, of unconditional acceptance. And what makes it so difficult for the kids is that they are so often used as pawns, and it is so difficult. But one thing is that a lot of people don't realize is that the High Court is actually the supreme guardian of all of our children. So we are their parents, we make their day-to-day decisions, but the court ultimately says all children's needs and children's importance are of paramount importance.
They come first.
Every single decision we make in the process must be for the best interests of the children. And that is why I say mediation is so important, because as their parents, we want to have that say, and we want to be able to make the decisions based on the fact that we know them better than anyone.
Completely,
you know?
yeah. I absolutely love the fact that there is a massive step before you take that massive step of legal action, because that's when it does become very beyond emotionally charged. Actually, the emotion can get sucked out of it completely, and that's even more terrifying when it comes to children. You can let us know what your thoughts are on the situation by heading on over to our social media pages. At Expresso Show is the handle to use, and let us know, or maybe leave us a voice note via WhatsApp 06340888863 how you feel. Maybe you're going through something like this right now. Maybe you've got some advice for couples and families that are. We'll continue the conversation in just a moment.
Oh man, I'm always so glad when we get to have these conversations, because there's always somebody being helped out. Or maybe you can be the person helping someone else out. The way that we're helping you out this morning, though, Feel Good Breakfast Show family, is we are allowing you to be adorned by amazing music. Of course, it is from JM featuring Notando Mamba, and it is called Know You Well. Let's give her a round of applause, everybody.
Busy body, why you moving so messy? You want my eyes be stuck on you, but I saw yours start to wander. Said it ain't like that, but you know the streets out, they kiss and tell, and they know you well. Busy body, try to tell me you're sorry, but baby, always talking, never been about the action. I'll read your promises like fairy tale, ain't gonna happen. I know you well. I know you well. I know you Lucky, we don't need your love to keep me well. I couldn't be bothered by nobody who isn't bothered about me, baby. Cause it's karma that you play, but maybe your own medicine might finally make you. I know you I know you
everybody. Oh man, JM and Notando Mamba, it's Know You Well. And my beautiful Expresso family, did we not tell you we would be giving you a gem of a song this morning to get your morning feeling great indeed? Cape Teasy, Fo Sheezy, I gotta ask you, babies, are you feeling the vibes, the greatness, huh?
Oh my God, we are feeling the vibes, and we needed the vibes this morning. Of course, just before we got that performance, we started a very difficult conversation around divorce.
Yeah.
So we need the feel good this morning. No, there is a step you can take in terms of healthy mediation before going the legal route. And ultimately, the children are what matters most by the court standing and by ours as parents. So we'll give you some very healthy advice on how you can approach that in a healthy way.
Oh, I love that. And then we have a legend that's going to join us in studio, Oskido, the one and only. Now, he's got something called Oskido's Big Day Out Festival, and we're going to see how the SABC supporting this partnership in going forward to bring nothing but the best in music. Look at him go. I just love how he just stays relevant throughout the years and make sure that you and I stay dancing. We'll see you after this.
Optimize your gut health with Phytoceutics range of pre, pro, and postbiotics. Use code EXPRESSO for 15% off at phytoceutics.com.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good show that might not be feeling so feel good right now. Why? Because we're going through a divorce. One of the ugliest, most scary things I think anyone can broach. And we are navigating that co-parenting element. Daniela Meyer is a family therapist and, most importantly, a divorce mediator who is there to help us. She is a parenting coordinator, and she joins us to guide us through a very difficult topic. And of course, we put it through to you guys to weigh in on the social media platforms, and we've got a couple of responses.
Yeah, we do have a couple of responses to get through. We've got Marissa coming up first saying, marriage is not easy. It requires so much forgiveness. Oh, that's a good one. Understanding as well as patience, which is impossible to do without God. With God, all things are possible. God knows exactly what we need when we ask him. It's nice to have a guiding principle sometimes to get you through a difficult time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, I'm not going to say that everybody now has to prescribe to the idea of God. We're going to just keep it general for everybody. But you definitely, and I mean, I think one of the most valuable things when you're going through divorce is your support structure. You know, it is a very, in all my years of practice, one of the main themes that I get is how lonely the process is. Because no two divorces are the same.
Because no people are the same.
No people, no circumstances. So many people who are getting divorced come from families who've never been through it.
Sure.
So to have a divorce support structure around you is so vital. And if you don't have that amongst your friends groups or families, look outward. Church groups, God, prayer.
Community, yeah.
Community. I mean, I've started a Facebook support group, the
that's
divorce
lovely.
support, the co-parenting confessional, so that people can feel like they've got a place. It is so important.
Normalize it.
Normalize,
Yeah.
Get rid of the
normalize it, because
shame.
divorce can be beautiful, and I don't think I'm popular with this opinion, but it can be, because what can be worse than staying in a toxic situation?
For
What can be worse
sure.
than raising our children in toxicity?
Wow.
Well, I mean, I once saw an amazing documentary that spanned literally 20 years in the making, where they were able to track children from birth up until their young adult years. The most deeply affected children, when it came to that psychological component, those that stayed in a marriage for the sake of the children. So you're not doing them any favors by staying in that toxic place.
Absolutely.
But maybe getting into the practical elements is kind of like a hack. But we've got another comment coming through right now. Let's delve
have a look
into
at
that.
this. Okay, this one comes from Basitsana. It says, simple, alternative weekends, and don't ever think that you know better than the other parent. Communication is key, and if you're unable to do something, do speak up, because keeping quiet for the sake of, quote, peace can actually just lead to frustration at the end of the day.
So I am very grateful for this comment, because this brings us to probably the most important part of co-parenting, and that is what is going to happen to the kids.
Yeah.
So there's a few things that I want to briefly mention, and the one is the idea of care and contact, or as a lot of people know it, custody.
Custody, okay.
And then maintenance, which is child support. Now, it is vital for everybody to realize that both parents remain co-guardians, co-holders of rights and responsibility. A right is how much access you have to your child, what say you have over your child, your rights as a parent. Your responsibility to your child is their upkeep in various different aspects. So not only financially, but religious, and keeping them in touch with their family. You know, you have got rights, you have got responsibilities. And the thing that most people blur the line over, and this is where the disaster strikes, because then the kids are used as pawns, is I'm going to use mom as the primary caregiver in this and say, you know what, Dad, you haven't paid enough money, therefore you may not see your child.
Yeah.
Now that does not work. They are two separate courts. We've got the children's court that deals with care and contact, and we have the maintenance court that deals with money. Money is one of the most acrimony causing things
Understandably, yeah.
Completely. But we can have a perfectly lovely situation where everybody's working as a team, and then money comes in and, oh my gosh, you are such an abusive parent, you can't be alone with my child. Like, you have no idea what can go down.
Well, if the weapons are on the table, people are going to reach for them in desperation or anger.
But this is why it is so important that in the beginning we've mediated. Why? We have now got an exit strategy. We've said, you know what, my first question I ever ask a new couple is he a good dad? Is she a good mom? And once they've said yes, oh, they're the best, because we're still like calm and trying to like work this out, I document that. So that in 5 months, 6 months time, where it's like, oh, he's abusive, I'm like, excuse me, why is he now suddenly abusive?
Wow.
So
what has changed?
What has changed? Exactly. Oh, he didn't give you the 75 Rand. Okay, well.
What does a healthy mindset look like going into this, and your experience with the families that are getting this right? And I'm going to again reiterate that obviously with Sia and Rachel's divorce being so publicized at the moment, there's so much pressure on them to tick all of those boxes, and they've handled this beautifully, I must say. As individuals, they've done incredibly well, and I just love them both for what they've had to go through, because they've had to share this experience with everyone. So we're sending them lots of love and positive energy. But clearly they did the work before making this announcement, because they knew the pressure they would face. In your space, what does that work look like? Not what I'm wanting my partner to do, but what I can do to be better at this process, because ultimately we're going to have to, it's going to have to start with self-work.
Completely. I mean, there's so much self-work that needs to happen, because I think that when you're getting divorced, you're automatically on the back foot. And it is so important to realize that this decision has been made jointly. Or unfortunately, if it's not joint, you don't really have much of a choice. So you know what? My biggest thing is always try your best to understand the ego and the role that the ego plays. Try not to play the victim. The victims here, and I don't like that word, are the children. They didn't have a choice, you know, potentially.
Yeah.
They didn't have a choice, you know. So the point is know your worth. Understand that even if you didn't want the divorce, why would you want to stay in a marriage where your partner doesn't want to be in it?
Yeah.
You know,
What is that teaching your children
what is
about
exactly?
marriage and love and connection?
I love the idea of teaching our children that if we are ever in a situation where we feel like we've made a bad choice, that there is a way out of it. We don't have to stay prisoners of that forever, you know. So I love that aspect. But Rachel and Sia, I mean, like, I in my profession am so grateful to them. Because you're quite right, they've handled it like absolute, like
class,
you
yeah.
can't imagine how difficult it is and what they might be going through. But what they've done is they've said, you know what, guys, we are South Africa's golden couple. They know that everybody looks up to them.
Yeah.
And for them to say, you know what, we're all human, it's okay, is such a blessing, because we might have these couples that are sitting in the situation of a bad marriage because they're too scared or they don't want to fail. And that's a big thing that I deal with, is the failure and the grief and all of that kind of stuff.
And you're going to have to accept, if more than 50%, more than half of us are going down this route, it doesn't make them different, it makes them normal. It makes them just like the rest of us.
But I just want to say one more thing, is that there's also a statistic, so it's not all doom and gloom. There is a statistic that says that 80% of divorced people remarry within 5 years.
Wow.
And what that is teaching us is that even though we've decided now that the idea of divorce is something that we're really bad at, we have got an infinite capacity for love, you know?
I love that, yeah.
And we forget the hardships, you know? So if we can carry ourselves through the process with the class that we've seen from Rachel and Sia and many others, and try and protect our children and make the right decisions and realize that what a child needs is the love and support from both of their parents. They should never have to choose a parent over the other parent, because they are 50% mom, 50% dad, and they have a right to both of them. So if we can be there for our children and support them, then maybe the next generation will be one of more acceptance and more understanding in this whole thing.
Certainly more emotionally evolved.
Completely.
And if we can hand that on to our kids, if nothing else, we are doing them a massive favor.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you for putting yourself in these very uncomfortable spaces to help the
Thank
amount
you
of people
so
that
much.
you have. It's amazing work that you do, and I'm starting to see it in a different light. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
That was an incredible conversation.
Sure.
I'm a bit choked
I feel
up,
like
a bit
she was
emotional.
mediating our divorce. I'm
Literally,
like,
I was
I'm not ready, Carl. I'm not ready.
I don't want to separate ways.
You're a great parent.
I'm glad there's light at the end of the tunnel, but honestly, Daniela, thank you for that.
Thank
and also,
you.
there's no shame in this, okay? That is why we have
Yeah,
these conversations week to week on Your Health Tuesdays, and hopefully you'll be back next time, same place, to also unpack a wonderful conversation. For now, though, let's head over to Joburg to find out what is still to come on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Oh, man, there's still so much to come by Carissa. And I can tell you this much, it is all in the name of the big day out that we have all been waiting for. Oskido's big day out, that is. And SABC is partnering with Oskido on this beautiful day. And we're about to chat to our amazing guests. Give us a wave over there, my guests, please. Thank you. They're going to be coming through in a little bit. And then we're also going to be jumping on into some brand new music. If you do not know, Oskido and Zetu have something that they've cooked up so nice, so delicious, just for you. And it's going to be on your screen in a little bit. Do not go anywhere. We're going to take a short break.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's true indeed. You're still on your Feel Good Breakfast show right here on S3. And my lovely, this morning we are celebrating the big day out that is only 2 weeks away. Mosquito is hosting a beautiful event that is all about paying homage to some of our most incredible musical just visions and things that have come to life that we have seen over the last couple of years and even decades. And of course, you know the SAPs, we don't get left behind, Sana. We jump in on the delicious things. You know what I'm saying? Because we are the ultimate media partner. And this is why coming together is the SABC with Mosquito's Big Day Out. It's going to be absolutely huge. And all in the name of celebrating that, along with celebrating Mosquito's life, because it is also his birthday celebration, we had to bring on, yes, the legend, Mosquito, another marketing legend, Usibusiso from marketing, rather the head of marketing at the SABC. But along with brand new talent that is coming to the forefront, I'm talking about none other than Uzetu, who is newly signed to Mosquito's label. Everyone, let's give them a feel-good welcome, please. Right.
It's grand.
I'm glad to hear that. Are you guys ready for the big day out?
Yeah.
I've already bed.
Oh. Zetu. Okay, I can tell. Yeah, you one with the lyrics. I like it. I like it. But Mosquito, I want to start with you, Putu, because there's so much to celebrate.
Yeah.
I mean, even the fact that you were given the huge award that you got at the South African Music Awards, the 30th edition. Congratulations on it.
No, thank you. Thank you.
What does this milestone mean to you, being able to celebrate the big day out?
Well, for me, I think celebrating the big day out, it's for me to go out and say the work we've done, since 1994, the artists who've worked with, the artists who've shaped what the music is today. I mean, when we look at the journey, when Kwaito started to the artists who played a role, guys like Abomdu, guys like Abo Ata, when you look at my partners, Abo Manda Spikir, Abo Zain Mawuta. So the list goes on, and also the DJs who played part on that, Abo Christos, Abo Vinita Vinci. So we're about to celebrate that milestone.
Oh, come on, the names you just named, power after power after power. And I always say that you guys laid the foundation for what music is in South Africa, which has now allowed the likes of Zetu to come through, my babes. Talk to us about this journey that you've just started. You and Mosquito working together. Where did that come from, and what does it mean to you, my love?
Oh, it means a lot. This man is not strict to me. He's just like a father, not a boss. Yeah, I feel like a legend.
Oh, come on, that's right.
I just feel like a legend now.
Oh, I love that. And nothing an opinion.
Oh, we met via UXWise, my producer, his producer as well. We worked together with XWise, and then he introduced me to Mosquito, and he really liked me, and that means a lot to me.
The rest is history. I love that. Sibusiso Gumbi, my boss, I have to come to you because the big day out, they decided to go for the biggest media partner that they could find, the SABC. Why is this partnership so beneficial for the SABC as well as the big day out?
I think for me, one, Mosquito on his own is a storyteller through music. And for us, it was not a big thing for us to decide in terms of whether we want to be a key media partner. SABC has always been known for building brands. We've built a lot of brands in South Africa and beyond the borders. And looking at South Africa celebrating 30 years of democracy, when you look at the lineup that is curated, it is a lineup that reflects South Africans' diversity within the music aspect. And for us, it also just represents what we play on a day-to-day basis. And like Mosquito had mentioned, that he has artists that he had from 1994 to date. And it's just another way of us expressing 30 years of democracy celebration as the SABC through the big day out. And we are also just really looking into building this brand with Mosquito and just make it a national key event. So for us, it's definitely a plus. Well,
SABC plus. Oh, boss, this is why they pay you the big bucks.
It is a plus for us, and we just hopefully that we will definitely fill that links filled, and we hope that on the day, people will also come through just so that they can also interact with our SABC Plus app. As we will be having an activation on the day. But more than anything, I'm just happy with the lineup curated.
Yes. And speaking of that lineup, Kesana, I actually wanted to come to that because we've been seeing all these things on TikTok because you're the king of TikTok. Please tell us about the lineup. Why should the whole of South Africa pull up on the 30th of November?
Yeah, 30th of November, Linksfield, make sure that you're part of it. Make sure, go and get your tickets, right? Yes. Tickets are selling out fast at Web Ticket.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we've got, we've curated, a nice lineup. If you can look at the Kwaito legends, Mdu is going to be there, the godfather of Kwaito, Uzola. He played a major role, in defining what Kwaito is. We've got Tebe, we've got Mafiki Zolo, we've got Uzinhle coming through, and we've got the Trompis as well, being part of that.
Yeah.
And on the DJs, we've got Christos Vinny Da Vinci, we've got also international DJ Uroko coming in, Rolfgam, they've played a role in making what music is. So yeah, there's lots of people who are going to be in the lineup. So, but we started with those who really played a role. Guys like Abo Kanyane were part of, when we started the culture, remember, we found it where it was, Tinanat, we took over from where it was, from Abo Pradon, Abo Prachiko, Abo Brenda Fasi, Nat, we created our own. So now we keep going. And also for the young ones, Amapiano Nawako, we've got Umapori Salim Crazy, and also Mazet is coming to Rome.
Mazet, my fellow Mazet. Yes, babes.
My secret weapon. Remember what I've always done this over the years. When I brought in Ule Umatosa, same formula. When I met Utandiswa Mazoif.
Absolute legend. Oskido, I love you, boy. I absolutely love you. That was one of the great joys of starting my career on S1 in the birth of that kind of Kwaito era and being a part of that journey with the boom shakas of the world. What Oskido has done for the industry, mind-blowing. Love that guy, man.
Can't wait for that. Oskido's big day out in partnership with the SABC. It's going to be that lineup. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal.
Banger.
Please get your tickets ASAP. For now, though, we have to get into something real good. From music into a bit of gaming, I would say. It's a gaming time on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. In case you didn't know, now you know. And this just isn't any game. I'm talking about the Tropica and World Sport Betting Challenge, where you get to take on all the action like never before. I've got a phone in my hand for a reason. Let me just tell you that much.
All right, so what are we playing today? Maasai Archers. I love it. Okay, so the smooth collaboration, if you haven't heard already, allows us viewers to dive into the excitement of Tropica Island of Treasure firsthand by taking the real-life games and formatting them into something that we can play right here and now on our own devices, revolutionizing how we engage with reality TV. Now we can actually put our money where our mouth is.
Literally.
And hopefully win some money. So we're going to have another go at the Maasai Archers game. Are you feeling lucky, my friend?
I'm always feeling lucky. I'm just like overly ambitious. And then let's see. Okay, how do we? Do we hit it?
Because it's one of those.
I like that, and then like that. Oh, they're showing me how it works.
Okay.
I know how it works. Come on. Give me the real game. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, they're still showing me how it works?
I love it. I love the fact that we're getting a leaderboard and there are people that are like absolutely smashing it on that leaderboard. We'll give you an update in just a moment, but clearly some people have become hooked. There is one of those, there's something about a simple game like this that scratches an itch.
It does. It really does.
It becomes absolutely absorbing. You actually are... Like
I'm killing this.
Yeah.
I low-key downloaded this and have been playing it.
No, until I see you on the actual leaderboard.
Right.
And let's talk about 60,000 rands worth of prizes up for grabs as well. But I think that the bottom line is you look at the reality show and you think, I could do that. I could do that better. My eyes much better. Well, prove it.
Exactly.
So many of the challenges you see on the game show, they now replicate in a format that you can actually sink your teeth into. Really nice. Can I
What's
give it a
my
go?
score even?
It wasn't worth mentioning. It wasn't that great.
What the heck? They didn't even tell me.
Okay, I'm going to restart and see.
I know I did well, and that's
I don't
all
even
that
know where the
matters.
thing is. Go,
yeah,
go
the guys
where?
guys and girls did really good at the archery game. Of course, Chad Jones, his team, unfortunately didn't make it
Come
because
to
of
me.
that. But they had a fantastic attempt.
Wow.
The side arches is what it's all about. And don't forget this, Mzansi, you can still stand a chance to win your share of 60,000 Rand by visiting wsbwinners.co.za and playing along. I mean, Graham is really trying his luck
I'm
there.
doing all right.
Are you doing okay?
And I got one of the red ones.
Ooh! Get it. The scores are getting so competitive, and we absolutely love to see it. Let's see if Gray can beat me. Award winner against an award... No. Nothing.
Oh, what are you talking about? You so missed an opportunity to go and do the acceptance speech on my behalf. You could have said anything you want.
Could have.
And no one could have done anything about it.
Oh.
Yeah? Okay.
I just say Graham says thank you, everybody. Well, this is the future of interactive viewing with Tropica Island of Treasure. All you have to do to play along, well, you head over to wsbwinners.co.za now for your chance to win that piece of a 60,000 Rand prize.
Yeah, but look at that, Sebastian.
Oh, we were never going to make it.
And we got a few Sebastians in the mix here. 2,258 points. Someone clearly is on holiday, taking a break, or working from home, maybe.
Oh, I wish I would get there. I think I got about 50 points. I'll work on my scores to get on that leaderboard. For now, though, let's take a sneak peek into what you can see on Tropica.
This Saturday evening on Tropica Island of Treasure.
Today, 2 teams are going home. But it won't be any of you. Surprise, surprise.
We are the Tropica Twist.
Is who back again.
Just when you thought you got rid of us.
I don't think this is goodbye. I think it's see you later.
See you later.
Catch Tropica Island of Treasure Saturday evenings at 7:30 on S3. Repeat Mondays at 9 p.m. on SABC1 and Fridays at 6 p.m. on S3.
There are stories of strivers, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. ABSA.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Not that you need the motivation, but do it anyway. Play Powerball and Powerball Plus for 57 million Rand in the jackpot today. You could become the next big winner, so please don't miss out.
At all, please. Listen to Gray. Play Powerball for an estimated 54 million Rand, and then Powerball Plus for an estimated 3 million Rand today. How can we get our tickets, Gray?
So easy. Go in-store, online, nationallottery.co.za. You can use a mobile app, you can use cell phone banking, or you can dial *120 *7529# for the USSD.
Absolutely. Panda Pusher Play. Get your hands on all these details on our social pages. You can find us at Expresso Show. For now, though, I want to dance a little bit.
Let's move.
So I'm going to send this to Joburg, and hopefully we'll get some rhythm going.
And win.
Oh, honey, we're about to dance indeed in the name of Oskido's big day out. We've got none other than Zetu with a beautiful song with Oskido and XYs. It is called Inhliziyo.
Another feel-good production.
What's new from Clover? New flavored full cream milk. All the creamy goodness you'd expect from Clover milk with calcium and vitamin D. Available in delicious chocolate and